that are bowl eligible for the season. They include BYU, Cincinnati, Houston, Texas Tech, TCU, and Utah. All 6 of these programs have been phenomenal so far this season. Unfortunately, Arizona has not yet become bowl eligible. They need to have at least 2 more wins in order to be bowl eligible. As per the NCAA rules, you have to have 6 wins in order to become bowl eligible. So if Arizona can beat Colorado next week and then beat Kansas the following week, they should be bowl eligible as well. So again, all 6 of these programs in the Big 12 Conference are very dominant, very aggressive on both their offense and defense, and this is the main reason why they are bowl eligible this season. They are the reason why these 6 programs are bowl eligible this season. It should be very exciting. The Big 12 Conference should be well represented in bowl season, and hopefully 1 or 2 of the teams, mostly BYU and possibly Cincinnati or Houston, should make a good run in the college football playoff. Thank you guys so much for listening, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.
Ottawa University of Arizona, better known as OUAZ, is off to one of its best starts in program history. The Spirit are 6-0 after dominant wins over teams like Langston, Texas College, and their rival, Arizona Christian. And now they head into the bye week and currently sit at number 12 in the NAIA rankings. The secret behind their success? Discipline. But for this team, that word means more than just following rules. It's about building character on and off the field.
Everything we do, it's not just focused on beating whoever we're playing next. Obviously, that's important, but it's focused on making us good to beat everybody, and values like discipline, which are really valuable on the field, but also are very, very valuable as a man and as a husband and as a father. And so instilling those values in us, like discipline, are taught to us through the field and through the X's and O's, but they're instilled in here and not just up here.
But it's not just the discipline, rather the high standard the team has set for themselves this season.
A lot of places, like, if you lose one game, it's an amazing season. Like, to this program, if you lose one game, it's like the worst season.
These practices and that mentality helped lift Ottawa University to their 6th win, going undefeated right here at Spirit Field against Arizona Christian University, one of their longtime rivals. For Varsity Sports Show, Andrew Neeram reporting.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dane Palmer, and today I'm talking about some Arizona high school football. Friday nights are electric, but the real season starts right now. The AIA Arizona High School Football Playoffs are about to get underway. Getting into the playoffs and understanding where your team stands can be a little bit tricky, so buckle up. I'm going to try to break it down for you the best I can. First off, the core AIA rankings. Unlike some states, Arizona uses a pretty interesting ranking system to determine the playoff spots and seeding of these teams. The ranking is calculated by the Arizona Interscholastic Association, the AIA, and it's powered by an algorithm that considers a few major factors. Number 1, and arguably the most important, win-loss record. Pretty simple, winning matters. Number 2, strength of schedule. Who you played is just as important, and how many people you beat who also have good schedules is important as well. Beating a top-ranked team is a little more important than beating a lower-ranked team. And number 3, the results of your opponent's opponents. Yes, this formula goes that deep, but the goal is simple. Ensure that the most deserving teams make the single elimination tournament. Now, let's talk about the different conferences. Playoff structure varies by conference, generally based on school size, from 1A being the smallest and 6A being the biggest. 1A and 3A use a smaller bracket, typically 12 or 16 teams, with some region champions earning an automatic bid and the rest filling out the field based on the AIA rankings. 4A and 5A are conferences that often feature larger 24-team brackets where the top 8 teams get a coveted first-round bye based solely on their overall AIA ranking. Now let's talk about the elite, the open division. This is Arizona and the AIA's way of creating what they believe to be a true super state championship. The open division pulls the top 12 teams regardless of conference, often primarily being from 6A and 5A, sometimes 4A, but based on the overall AIA rankings. The top 4 open teams get a bye into the quarterfinals. Teams ranked 5 through 12 play a first round game, and the winners advance into the open bracket. But here's the key: the losers of the open first round games drop down into the respective 6A, 5A, or 4A playoff brackets. This unique structure ensures that the state's very best play each other for the open state championship, while those who don't advance still have a shot at their conference title due to the competition they're going to be facing in that open bracket. In short, win to boost your rankings, keep your strength of schedule high, and you'll find yourself on the way to the AIA playoffs, whether it's an automatic bid, a high seed, or a spot in the elite open division. It's all about proving you belong. So good luck to all the teams on the road to the state championship or region championships this season. I hope this helps simplify things for you just a little bit. Once again, my name is Dane Palmer.
Alright everybody, my name is Heaven Cook here, reporting live for Varsity Sports. Please excuse my voice, I am currently under the weather, but that's not going to stop me from doing my topic today. I want to talk about investigations. We've been seeing a lot of investigations going on, but right now I want to talk about the Baltimore Ravens being under investigation for Lamar Jackson's injury. Now, the Baltimore Ravens are under NFL investigation following confusion over quarterback Lamar Jackson's injury status. Jackson, sidelined with a hamstring issue, was intentionally listed as a full participant in Friday's practice. However, the team later revised that to limited participation, saying he only practiced with the scout team. Now, under league rules, players who participate only in scout teams reps must be listed as limited, not full. The NFL says it's reviewing the Ravens' reporting and could issue fines and other penalties, depending what they find. Now, I don't know if you guys saw the interview, but Coach Harbaugh said that it was an honest mistake, emphasizing that there was no intention to mislead the public or anything. But unfortunately, Lamar will be hopefully back soon, 100% healthy. But it definitely leads to a lot of mistakes happening on that end. Also, with the opposite team preparing for Lamar Jackson and not for their backup quarterback, Tyler Huntley. But in the meantime, I really wonder what does this mean for them, and hopefully this doesn't happen again. This is my topic, and I hope you guys enjoy my story.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Varsity Sports Show. My name is Rodolfo Gomez, and today we'll be talking about the issue on sports gambling, especially the current investigation in the NBA.
With gambling now legal in most states, leagues like the NBA have leaned into partnership with sportsbook, but that also blurs the lines between entertainment and ethics. When players or insiders get caught up in betting, it doesn't just break rules, it shakes the foundation of fair competition. This issue trenches far beyond basketball. From the NFL to college athletics, the rise of online betting has changed the way fans and even athletes interact with the game. For young players coming up through the ranks, this scandal serves as a warning. At the end of the day, sports are built on trust. The idea that every play, every shot, every win is earned. Once that trust is questioned, the entire experience loses its meaning. And it raises a bigger question. Is this just the tip of the iceberg? Could we see more investigations unfold across other major sports leagues as the pressure to monitor gambling ties grow?
From Sacramento, California, this was Rodolfo Gomez on the issue of the NBA. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next segment.
It was supposed to be an exciting time for the NBA as the 2025-2026 regular season got underway last week. Unfortunately, an NBA scandal involving widespread game fixing and ties to organized crime led to the October 2025 arrest of Portland Trailblazers coach Chauncey Billups, Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier, and former player and coach Damon Jones. The federal investigation resulted in 2 separate indictments involving more than 30 people involved. Prosecutors allege Rozier, Jones, and others used non-public information from players and coaches to place wagers on NBA games. A second indictment of charges against Billups and Jones charged them with participating in a high-stake poker game and scheme run by the mafia crime families. Advanced cheating technology was allegedly used to defraud victims out of millions of dollars. The NBA has placed both Billups and Rozier on non-paid leave pending the outcome of the investigation. We will have to wait and see what the investigation leads to. For the Varsity Sports Show, I'm Ryan Gaylord.
Kenny Dillingham's success at Arizona State has brought national attention. Now with openings at LSU and Penn State, questions arise as whether Kenny will be the head coach of the future for the Sun Devils. Dillingham was hired by Arizona State in November 2022, becoming the youngest head coach in the Power 5 at the time. In less than 2 seasons, he's brought renewed energy to the program, with a fast-paced offense and a clear culture of development. That success has naturally made him a target for speculation as powerhouse programs like LSU and Penn State look for their next leader.
Your picture's on the top of an athletic article today speculating of LSU and Penn State. So have you told your agent, don't listen to anybody, don't answer? Do you listen? Where's your role in future openings?
I'm trying to win as many games as I can here. That is my number one focus is our players, our football team, everything about us. That's simple. Like, I am so singularly focused on us to win football games, to become a better football team, this season. Like, that's my singular focus.
It was a short but careful answer. He didn't deny interest outright, but he did emphasize his commitment to his team. Dillingham signed a multi-year contract extension earlier this year that keeps him in Tempe through 2029. Raising his salary to roughly $5.8 million per year, and including a significant buyout clause. That deal places him among the highest paid coaches in the Big 12 and gives Arizona State financial leverage if any other programs come calling. Still, his name continues to appear in national coaching conversations, and with the market heating up, those questions aren't going away anytime soon. He says his focus is on this season, but as the carousel continues to spin, expect his name to stay in the mix. I'm Adam Maggard reporting for the Varsity Sports Show.
Hello, folks. J.R. Lambright here. Where a single rivalry is essential to low, simmering discontent. This isn't just a game in the Piney Woods. This is proverbial Piney Woods pugilism. Probably the oldest grudge in the 409 area code. It started in 1922, Silsbee versus Jasper. 50 miles of East Texas asphalt separates these two towns, but the distance in heart, that's measured in generations. Both are 4A Division II royalty. Built on history and hunger, the Jasper Bulldogs carry a powerful tradition, 53 total playoff appearances, a legacy of dominance you can feel in the stands. But tradition only buys you so much, because right now the momentum is all Tiger Gold. The Silsbee Tigers have been operating on a different clock. They've posted wins in the matchup from 2015 to last year. That kind of success doesn't just happen. It's a relentless machine. So what happens when historical prestige runs headfirst into recent raw power? When a rivalry so fierce that locals say there is no love lost between the two takes the field for somewhere above the 80th time, it's simple. It is a generational contract written in blood, sweat, and astroturf. It's a war fought one Friday night every year, defining the identity of these communities until the next year.
Blessing Frazier reporting for Varsity Sports. Now fall is in full swing, and with that comes the NBA. The NBA started their first official week of the season last week, and fans are excited after a long summer to see their favorite players. But some of their favorite players are on the bench.
Several headline names are either being managed carefully with minute restrictions or sidelined with injuries as team tried to navigate a long season. In New Orleans, Zion Williamson is out with a bone contusion in his foot and being listed day to day as the Pelicans monitor this issue. Out in California, the Lakers veteran LeBron James is sidelined, being evaluated with a multi-week timeline. James has been speculated to be in his last couple of seasons, so he's being monitored carefully. In Boston, Jason Tatum remains out as he recovers related to his right Achilles repair from last season. And most recently, Minnesota's explosive guard Anthony Edwards is expected to miss roughly 2 weeks with a right hamstring strain. Well, these aren't the only players. A handful of other rotation players around the league are being managed carefully in these early days of the season. Coaches are balancing short-term decisions with the long season ahead, and they're prioritizing long-term availability over one-game heroics. There's a lot of new talent to look out for as we monitor and slowly hope for the return for these superstars. For Varsity Sports reporting, my name is Blessing Frazier.
Hello everybody, my name is Antonio Gutierrez here with the Varsity Sports Show. And today I'll be talking some Copper Canyon football in their game against North Canyon on October 24th. A game that saw seniors Mark Enriquez and Jeremiah Adams-Curry show out on both sides of the ball.
Jeremiah Adams-Curry recorded his team-leading 21st sack of the season, which puts him 7th nationally in sacks, while also forcing a fumble in the contest as well.
Jeremiah Adams-Curry forcing that ball out. He's just everywhere right now.
On the offensive side, it was the Mark Enriquez show. He found the end zone 4 times, showing off his elite open field elusiveness and speed.
Parker gonna hand it off to Enriquez. Enriquez breaks one tackle and he's going off the races at the 40, at the 50. Look at that guy go. At the 30, at the 20, at the 10. Touchdown, Mark Enriquez.
To go along with it all, he also had over 250 rushing yards and brought his total to just under 1,000 on the season.
And that's another touchdown. 1, 2, 3 touchdowns for Mark Enriquez in the first half. Humble, but this time going to be handoff to Enriquez, who goes right up the middle, and he's going to have some room at the 30, at the 25, at the 20. Mark Enriquez gets them back on the board for the Aztecs. Touchdown, Copper Canyon.
The combination of Jeremiah Adams-Curry and Mark Enriquez has been a key reason to why Copper Canyon is having one of the best seasons in school history. For the Varsity Sports Show, I'm Antonio Gutierrez.
Hi, I'm Carmen Liberto with the Varsity Sports Show. I'm here with head coach for Saguaro, Darius Kelly. Now, Coach, you guys had a really great game against Williamsfield last week. Now, what are some defensive adjustments you guys made for this week?
Yeah, I think last week we just weren't fitting things the right way. Our eyes were all over the place. I think this week we just want to make sure our guys are making clean reads and seeing what's coming at them, and hopefully they can make those adjustments tonight because we worked at practice really hard this week to make sure we got it done.
Absolutely. And how have you been able to keep the morale and resilience up when the results haven't really been going your way?
Yeah, there's still an opportunity. That's the biggest thing. I told these guys that if there's still blood running through your veins, there's still time on the clock, and there's still an opportunity for us to make a change in the season. We're going to keep fighting, and that's just been a message to our guys. And I feel like they've accepted that challenge, and I hope they're going to come out and play hard tonight. Actually, I know they're going to come out and play hard tonight because that's what's in them. They're those type of kids, so I'm excited for what they do tonight.
Definitely, I think we all are. And that was head coach Darius Kelly. Good luck tonight, Coach. Hi, I'm Carmen Liberto with the Varsity Sports Show. I'm here with head coach for Brophy Prep, Jason Jewell. Now, Coach, you've had a couple unfortunate defeats the last couple weeks with Higley and Liberty. How are you helping the team kind of adjust from that with 2 very different losses?
Why you got to bring that up first thing? Come on. Just hoping to rebound against the Saguaro team that's looking for a win too. I know they're 2-6, but they have a lot of talent out there. So really, what we focused all last week, a big reason that we lost was we turned the ball over. We had 5 turnovers in 2 games, and we can't turn the ball over tonight.
Now, Coach, you've also had a really great season, a couple great games. Now, as we kind of get into the end of the season, how are you guys feeling going into that?
I feel good. Our kids always bring energy. Now, we've lost, we're 4-4, but we lost numbers 1, 2, 3, and 7 in the state. So we played the toughest schedule in the state as well. So we feel like we're battle tested. But now, though, they all count. They are big for PowerPoints. It's a big deal every single win.
Absolutely. And that was head coach Jason Jewell for Brophy Prep. Thank you, Coach. Sorry.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us here at the 14-time state champion Saguaro High School in Scottsdale, Arizona, as the Saguaro SaberCats take on the Brophy Broncos. And this is going to be an interesting game as both teams are coming in with losing streaks. Brophy on a 2-game and Saguaro on a 4-game. So maybe not the ideal situations either of these teams wanted to be in, but still should be in for a good one tonight. And I'm Ryan Gaylord, joined by Ethan Troll. And Ethan, what are you looking forward to tonight between these two teams?
Well, I was talking to you in the pregame and a little bit earlier before we went live, and I was talking about the fact that this is probably going to be a closer game than we think, because the Saguaro SaberCats are 2-6, and even though that they haven't had the season that they'd hoped for, they're not a bad football team, but they're 0-5 in one-possession games this season. The fact that they've been in so many close games but just haven't been able to finish out, their 5 possessions are a little bit more away from being a 7-1 team. Whereas for Brophy, they're 4-4, but they're still the 10th best team in the state of Arizona. They're ranked number 10, and they're ready to bounce back. They've lost 2 games in a row, one in overtime to Higley, and then last week they got destroyed by the Liberty Lions, and they're one of the best teams in the state as well. So this is a chip on their shoulder kind of game for both of these squads. So it's probably going to be a very physical matchup tonight, and a lot of people are thinking Brophy's going to blow out the SaberCats, but you'd be surprised. I think it'll be a closer matchup tonight.
Yeah, I agree. We should be in for a good one, as Saguaro is kicking off to Brophy. Ball taken at the goal line, taken out. See him up the middle, to the 40, to the 50, to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, 10. End zone touchdown for the Broncos, just like that. Number 9, Ryder Noche on that return, starting off strong for the Broncos to give them a 6-0 lead.
Well, how about that to start as an away team, right? Oh, my gosh. Safety, wide receiver, Ryder Noche, Ryder Noche there on the huge kickoff return, 94 yards, had a clear seam all the way through, makes a cut to the left, beats out the kicker, and starts this game off with a loud bang and keeps this crowd quiet.
Yes. As for some maybe didn't get themselves settled in, you got your settled in now with that return, as that started off this game with a big bang.
And Noche also got an interception against Liberty last week too.
And it looks like Brophy's going in formation, might be going for it, but we have a flag on the field, so we'll have to await the call. And it's looking like it's going against Saguaro, but we'll have to get the final confirmation. And it is. And it looks like with that penalty, the Broncos offense is coming back on the field to go for 2.
Why not get the confidence going early for your offense? I mean, they're coming out into this game. They thought they were going to come out and be on the field early, but, I mean, they got the special teams touchdown return right there, so may as well get them some kind of juice to get going, be like, okay, we're not going to be on the field to start a drive, but we may as well go for the 2-point conversion since we're going to be at the 2-yard line.
Yeah, exactly. Big help on that penalty now for Brophy to make it that much closer to try to extend this to an 8-point game. And the Broncos offense will come out on the field and go for 2.
In case Vandenbosch, man, he has led this offense up and down all throughout the season. He leads the team in rushing and passing.
Vandenbosch takes a snap, rolls to the left, and he is in just like that. 8-0 start for the Broncos.
It just goes to show you how this game is going to be already. That one play shows you how they've run their offense for the past 2 years. Vandenbosch is a guy that runs and runs and runs, but he sure as heck can throw too. And already on that first play, QB draw on the left side, that O-line just created that separation just like it did on the special teams punt return touchdown, or kickoff return touchdown.
Yes, so definitely the start Brophy was looking for, but not for Saguaro, and we'll have to see on when Saguaro gets the ball on offense, if they can bounce back and they can try to even this game, or try to first get a touchdown, but see if they also go for 2. But first, just try to get that momentum and not have it stall and get something going for them on their offensive side.
Yeah, and led by that offense that's about to come out, hopefully for the SaberCats, is Marcel Jones, number 7 quarterback, senior, 6'1", 205. He has very similar stats to Vandenbosch of Brophy, where he also is a guy that can run and throw really well.
And the kickoff is away. Get into the end zone for a touchback. It will be SaberCats ball on their own 20-yard line. Start this possession.
Now, last week, the SaberCats had a tough opponent in the Williamsfield Eagles, and they went to Williamsfield, and they played a pretty competitive game up until the end. I was talking to one of our very own for Varsity Sports Show, Carmen, about the game, and she commentated and said that they were doing really well in the first half against Williamsfield, but just couldn't finish out the game, and they got dominated in the fourth quarter. So, again, going back to what I mentioned earlier, the SaberCats aren't a bad team. They just have got to be able to find a way to finish out these games and hopefully finish off strong this season in their last 2 games.
Yeah. As we ready to resume play, Saguaro out in the shotgun formation. Jones takes the snap, hands it off to the running back, Shozier. Shozier out to the right, out for about 9-yard gain, so it'll be a second and short situation for the SaberCats.
And that's what you got to do early in the game. Every game approach, unless if you are a pass-heavy team, always consistently run the ball to start to set up the opening of the passing game. Like Ty Strozier, like you said, over 300 yards on the season, 3 touchdowns. He also is somewhat of a receiving back, but he only has 6 catches for 32 yards. And if they get him going early, this could end up being a long night for the Brophy defense.
As Saguaro on the shotgun again. Jones takes the snap, looks, rolls to the right, scrambling, and he's got enough for SaberCats first down.
Now it's going to be a short gain there, and it's going to be actually third down
correction,
now.
correction. It will be third down.
I know it looked like it was a first down right there, honestly, but with the way that Jones runs, he has such a big stride. It always feels like when he gains even only 4 yards, it's like he ran a mile or a marathon. And if they're going to keep doing that consistently tonight, then it might be pretty effective for him.
Looks like there was some movement, but not called by the official, as I guess Brophy did and go into the neutral zone. As Jones is redirecting the offense, takes a snap, drops back, looking right, and completes it to his receiver, number 9, Nikolai Procopio. And he's got enough for the first down, so it'll recess the chains for the SaberCats offense.
Good job to the tight end there, Procopio, for just coming down and just sitting down right past the first sticks. He didn't try and make any big play. The objective was to get the first down and move the chains. In order to beat a good defense, you've got to tire him out and keep him on the field.
As SaberCats in the shotgun once again, Jones sends a man left to right in motion, hands it off to Shozier. Shozier's up the middle, and he gets about a 2 to 3 yard gain. So it'll be second down and about 7.
The thing about Brophy that's the strongest with them is their defensive line and stuffing the run game, especially by number 92, Joshua Finch-Logan, who actually leads the team in sacks with 4.5. And ever since Vandenbosch's twin brother graduated last season, this team hasn't really been able to find a true pass rusher, but Joshua Finch-Logan has done a good job at stepping up.
As SaberCats in the shotgun, receiver going from right to left, hand it off once again, and Shozier will be stopped for, if anything, maybe a yard. So it'll be a 3rd and long for the SaberCats offense.
Good job by the lineman right there, and also to Alex Buggy, defensive back number 2 for the Broncos, senior 6'2", 180. And it's nice to know that when you're at that kind of weight, at that height, it helps balance you out and help you make good tackles down the field, because defensive backs usually aren't really that great at making downhill tackles. But that was a good job and effort by Alex Buggy there to make the play.
And SaberCats waiting to snap. Jones takes it, looking, rolling out to the left, getting pressured, and he is brought down for a sack and a loss on the play by number 0, James Pike of Brophy.
Nice blitz right there, and Brophy is also known for sending so much pressure on 3rd down. 5-6 men blitzes, you name it, but James Pike coming down there, 3-year player, 6 feet, 185 this season. He now has 61 tackles, 3.5 tackles for loss and 2 sacks, forced fumble, and block punt. He plays on all three defensive levels, linebacker, lineman, safety. My gosh, you can put him anywhere on the field. And he made another great play right there.
And we have flag on the field, and it looks like it's going to be going against Saguaro. And it is a false start, so I'll back them up 5 more yards to make this punt a little longer.
And that's not great for the SaberCats to start this game off like that. You give up a special teams touchdown, and then you go out on the field and you have a first few good plays, but then you run 2 more run plays in a row and then call a play action. That's not really a good mix-up for play calls there.
And the snap is off. Punter gets it off to about the 40-yard line. And it's returned to about the 45. And we have another flag on the play, so we'll have to await the call.
Not a bad return, but a pretty good punt overall, especially deep in your own end zone. And now we get to see the Broncos offense come out, and we'll see what they have in store. Again, we just saw it on the 2-point conversion earlier that they ran a QB blast on the left side with Vandenbosch. So we're probably going to see a lot of running from him tonight.
And the flag was a face mask penalty against Saguaro, and now that will move up the Broncos offense into onto the 39-yard line of Saguaro. So big penalty against Saguaro on that punt return. As the Broncos offense comes out in shotgun, Vandenbosch will waste the snap with running back going from left to right. Fake play action, and it takes the ball, and Vandenbosch has enough for a first down.
Nice gain right there by Vandenbosch, man. He carried 3 Saguaro SaberCats with him down the line. And he also has help with Harrison Chambers, too, who's done a really good job overall this season when Vandenbosch isn't running. They give him the ball, and he gets going. But if they can't contain Vandenbosch, this game's already going to be over.
Yeah, Vandenbosch definitely a dual threat quarterback. And Vandenbosch takes the snap, looks right, completes it to Devin Fitzgerald, and it looks like he got pass complete but for no gain.
Yeah, Devin Fitzgerald, number 1 there, wide receiver. He has had a pretty solid career with the Broncos overall. And, of course, everybody hears the last name and they're like, oh, my gosh, right? The legendary him, right? Well, he struggled last game with only 3 catches and 21 yards. Got to bounce back.
And Vandenbosch looks left and over the head of his intended receiver, Jason Kubica. And it will bring up 3rd and 10 for the Broncos offense.
Just a little high on the throw there to Kubica, but he had Devin Fitzgerald. If he would have waited just a second, he had the one-on-one matchup up the fade route on the outside. And like I mentioned earlier, 3 catches, 21 yards against the Liberty Lions. He hasn't been doing good the last couple weeks and is looking for his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
And we have another penalty as it looked like Saguaro jumped early, and it's going to give a free 5 yards for the Broncos offense to make this a 3rd and 5 now. And yes, it will be offsides against Saguaro and 5 yards up for the Broncos offense to make this a 3rd and 5 now instead of a 3rd and 10. Vandenbosch in the shotgun takes the snap, keeps the ball going left, and is tripped up for about a 2-yard loss. So it would be a 4th and we'll call it about 7 for the Broncos.
That was a good job there by the defensive back coming down on the ground and making the play. It's really hard to make an open field tackle like that on Vandenbosch. And now, like you're seeing on the field, that forces a 4th down, and they're just going to take the points. They're not even going to go for it.
And the Broncos are bringing out the field goal unit with number 85, Jack Carson, awaiting the kick. Snap's good. Kick is up. It is good to give the Broncos 11 points.
I honestly think he could have made that from midfield.
Yeah, that.
Don't you think?
That looked like something where, as the saying kind of goes, and it's been going around the NFL, like an extra point distance where it definitely cleared in, could have went for another 10 yards.
Yeah, honestly, Jack Carson has been such a consistent kicker too for the Broncos. And the fact that that kick went so high and far above the crossbar, that easily could have been made from close to midfield. Like that, I don't understand how these high school kickers kick so well now. We'll never understand it.
Yeah, the range that these kickers in high school are now kicking from is really amazing, and what they're able to make from the distance. And you never know, especially in a game like this. Yes, it's 11-0, but later if Saguaro comes back and the game could be decided by special teams, essentially. So you never know. Special teams are like the unsung hero.
Pretty much, yeah.
And the kickoff is away, and it will go into the end zone for a touchback, as Saguaro will have it 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line to start this offensive possession.
So something else I wanted to point out, too, and this is a really interesting stat that I found, that the Broncos this season are 1-3 on the road. And the SaberCats this is only their 4th home game, and they're 1-2 at home. Both of these teams struggle on opposite ends when it comes to their season records overall. So that's why I thought that's another key factor, too, is some of these stats are really interesting, and they play well into each other. Like when Notre Dame Prep earlier in the season upset the Horizon Huskies, they were 3-1 entering that game, going and winning at Horizon, which is crazy.
As the SaberCats offense comes out and is handed off to the running back for about a 4-yard gain. And Xavier Jackson had the carry for Saguaro on that play, as it will bring up 2nd and 6 for the SaberCats offense.
Yeah, this defensive line for the Broncos, again, if they really want to be able to control that line of scrimmage, the offensive line has got to do a better job of pushing them back.
And Jones takes a snap, drops back, looks left, and his caught is incomplete. No, pass is incomplete, as number 9, Nikolai Procupio, was out of bounds when he made that catch. So we'll bring up a 3rd and 6 for the SaberCats offense.
Yeah, Procopio's gotten a couple of targets tonight and secured both catches, and he's really been the only one that's been able to get open. And it's nice to see, too, that they call the pass on 2nd down, but that's now back-to-back drives where they started with a run play. You want to mix it up every so often, but again, we're not coaches. We're commentators up here. So it's just when you start to pass on 1st down, you make your offense a little bit more unpredictable, and the defense is going to have a harder time trying to stop you. So we'll see what they call here on 3rd down.
Yes, this is a big 3rd down for the SaberCats offense, as they obviously want to keep the momentum going and get this 1st down and go from there and not have to go 3 and out and punt again.
Watch the corner blitz right here on the outside. This is where they send 5-6-man rushes.
And Jones takes the snap, drops back, looking right, now running middle, and is hit hard by number 27 of Brophy, Gregory Riddell.
Oh, my gosh.
The Broncos sideline is all up for that after that hit.
Gregory Riddell, man, he came in on the delayed blitz right there. I believe he was the QB spy right up in the middle, because Marcel Jones is a runner. He can scramble really well, and he tried you right there and got smacked down at the line of scrimmage, forcing another punt. Now 2nd in a row for the SaberCats.
SaberCats punting unit is out, trying to pin the Broncos offense deep on their side of the field. And we have a penalty on the play. And it's a delay of game against Saguaro. So far early on in this game, a lot of penalties against Saguaro, as it's pushing them back. Not playing the most of clean games right now.
Especially on special teams. Like you mentioned earlier, special teams can be a deciding factor of the game. And the fact that they've already had 2 penalties and a kickoff return touchdown allowed.
And we have a block, and it's going to be a safety. So add another 2 points on the board for the Broncos. Wow, and the special teams definitely playing a factor so far in this game for the Broncos. That's how we saw the first opening kickoff touchdown, and now a safety.
I don't know how many times we've done announcers jinx at any point in any of our games, but that couldn't have been worse timing at all. They sent 5 guys in on that, all 5 of them got in there and got the block. And I'm surprised it didn't bounce on the ground and they were able to recover it. But that is now a safety, a field goal allowed on defense for special teams, and a kickoff return touchdown.
He's doing a really good job of scoring points for them, as I mentioned before. Opening kickoff touchdown and now a safety to give them 8 points just alone on those 2 plays.
And now they have to go back out there and do a punt.
Yep.
So we might end up seeing potentially a big return here, if not another touchdown, if they keep playing the way that they are.
Yeah, definitely not the start Saguaro was looking for, as they've given up 8 points on special teams, and we're still 3 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Yeah, what's crazy about Brophy's special teams is they really haven't done a whole lot this season. They haven't attempted a lot of field goals. They haven't gotten, I believe, hardly any kickoff return touchdowns or punt return touchdowns. And the fact that they're making a huge statement already to begin this game it's pretty incredible to watch.
Yeah, no, definitely. The Broncos special teams unit is really impressive so far, as they're playing a big key to this 13-0 lead for them. As we get a kickoff off after the safety, and the ball is taken at the 30-yard line by the Broncos, taken up to the 45, to the 50, about the 47-yard line. So the Broncos offense will have it on the SaberCats side of the field to start this possession.
Yeah, well, there you go again. Another good return by the offense. And at least the defense on the first Broncos drive was able to make a stop and hold them to a field goal. But in order to win a game, your defense needs some rest. And it's a good thing the game just started, because this defense is still fresh, still healthy. And now it's stick with the same game plan that's been working. And the Saguaro SaberCats have done a good mix of blitzing and zone, and it looks like they're going to be running that quite a bit tonight.
As Vandenbosch takes the snap, play action, looking to the right, up and incomplete off of the hands of Donovan McNabb Jr. And he'll bring up
the hardest catches to make. It was a little high of a throw. He went up for it, just went off pistol, expect a run.
Vandenbosch takes a snap, hands it off to the running back, number 6, Harrison Chambers, and he's got about a yard gain on that play. So we'll bring up 39 for the Broncos.
Yeah, Harrison Chambers has 436 yards on the season, only 3 touchdowns, because Vandenbosch has taken all the credit. He has 10 rushing touchdowns on the season and a 2-point conversion to add on to that.
And we have a timeout on the field taken by Saguaro. So we'll have a and we will take a quick break. We'll be right back.
It's supposed to be an exciting time for the NBA, as the 2025-2026 regular season got underway last week. Unfortunately, an NBA scandal involving widespread game fixing and ties to organized crime led to the October 2025 arrest of Portland Trail Blazers coach Chauncey Billups, Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier, and former player and coach Damon Jones. The federal investigation resulted in 2 separate indictments involving more than 30 people involved. Prosecutors allege Rozier, Jones, and others.
And we are back as Brophy had this 3rd down play. Vandenbosch looks back to the sideline, getting the play call from his coach. In the shotgun once again.
Sharper one-on-one outside.
And Vandenbosch takes a snap, running to the left, and he's got enough for a Broncos 1st down.
Nice.
To reset the chains for the Broncos.
Nice run there by Vandenbosch, but he got hit hard by number 18, Choice Price there. Now his 9th tackle on the season. And that's a similar run play to what they did on the 2-point conversion, except that was a QB blast right there. It was just a QB outside run where they had 2 lead blockers up front.
Vandenbosch takes a snap, fake handoff to the running back, looking, completes it to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald escapes 1 tackle and then is pushed out of bounds for about 2-yard gain for the Broncos.
good play on getting aggressive there by the SaberCats, because they had two guys up in Vandenbosch's face, and he was able to escape on the outside. Might have gotten away with a holding call there on the right tackle, but either way, got to catch Devin Fitzgerald, get him a little warmed up, and hopefully they get another big play for him. And we're still looking for that 10th receiving touchdown for the first time in his career.
And it looked like the SaberCats offense almost jumped, but were able to catch themselves in time as Vanden Bosch was trying to draw him off. As he looks back to the sideline now, directing the offense. Vanden Bosch takes a snap, rolls to the right, looking right, and it is caught incomplete to number 84, Dalen Sharper, for about a 4-yard gain.
What a throw by Vanden Bosch there. That was a tight window throw to Dalen Sharper, like you mentioned, and Dalen Sharper to come up with that, even though I'm sure he probably thought that was going to get batted down, but Vanden Bosch found a way to get the ball right to him and get a solid gain.
And it'll bring up a 3rd down for the Broncos offense. Vanden Bosch in the shotgun. Fakes and keeps it himself, avoids a tackle, avoids another tackle. Fighting for the 1st down. Not going to get there, but still a positive gain for the Broncos offense.
Well, now that forces a 4th down, but that was a hard-earned few yards there. And they're trotting out, it's crazy to me, they're trotting out the special teams unit again. And this Brophy offense is usually known for going for it consistently on 4th down, but Saguaro's defense is fighting really hard against a strong run game. They're doing a good job. And the fact that he still broke almost nearly 3 tackles on that play just to get those yards goes to show you that the SaberCats aren't going anywhere.
And we have a timeout on the field by Brophy, and we will take a quick break.
Kenny Dillingham's success at Arizona State has brought national attention. Now with openings at LSU and Penn State, questions arise as whether Kenny will be the head coach of the future for the Sun Devils. Dillingham was hired by Arizona State in November 2022, becoming the youngest head coach in the Power 5 at the time. In less than 2 seasons, he's brought renewed energy to the program, with a fast-paced offense and a clear culture of development. That success has naturally made him a target for speculation as Power.
And we are back here on the Varsity Sports Show, as it looks like the Broncos have changed their mind after that timeout and decided to go for it on this 4th down play. And it looks like we have some movement on the offensive line. And it is going to be a false start against the Broncos, as now the special teams field goal unit comes out. And now it looks like they're going to kick like they were thinking about for the first time. Now they're going to kick it and try a field goal.
I don't blame them for rethinking it and going for it, but that was on left tackle number 56 Shane Ryersguard there, and it was going to be a designed over the middle play, but he moved a little too soon and now forces his team to kick another field goal.
As Jack Carson's brought out again for the Broncos. Snap is good, kick is up. And no good, went hooked to the left. So that possession comes up empty for the Broncos, and it'll give the SaberCats the ball.
So now we have at least both special teams units making at least one mistake tonight. I mean, the kick had the power and the distance, but not the accuracy. It was a knuckleball kick, wide left, no good. And that's momentum, some momentum for the SaberCats to hopefully capitalize on that. Give your team a spark to be like, okay, yes, it was a missed kick, but we can work off of that and hopefully produce something on offense. Get the outside pass game going and get that outside zone run game going, because they've been trying to run the ball consistently in the middle of the field, and that Bronco herd is stuffing up the middle.
Yeah, definitely something that Saguaro needed, and now their offense gets the ball, and we'll see what they can do with their offensive possession.
Yeah, James Pike commanding the defense right now. He's telling everybody what to do. I love to see it. You don't see that a lot from linebackers at any level much anymore.
And we have another penalty flag on the play. We'll have to await the call. And it looks like an illegal substitution against Saguaro. Now back them up 5 yards. So penalties are adding up for the SaberCats. And obviously something they don't want to have against them, as down 13, they want to get the momentum going forward and get in the scoring box. As we have a receiver going from right to left, ball's handed off to the running back, Strozier. Strozier goes out right and is hit out of bounds for about a 2-yard loss.
That was a good hit out of bounds by John Michael, number 44 for the Broncos. He's second in the team with sacks with 4, and there we go right there. They try to get that outside zone run play working, but again, it's just these Broncos defensive backs especially are getting up and getting aggressive on the wide receivers that are trying to block them, and Strozier just had nowhere to go.
Jones takes the snap, hands it off to Strozier again up the middle, and he's got about back to the line of scrimmage, so it will be 3rd and 10 for the SaberCats offense.
I always tell people, and listeners, viewers can look back on any football film on the planet throughout all history. Usually 95% of the time on 3rd down, the middle of the field, whether it's the lower level, mid-level, high level, where the safeties are, is wide open. This is where the SaberCats should attack the middle of the field. Attack on the deep post on the inside or some kind of slant over the middle and get this game going.
And that's going to be the end of the first quarter as Brophy leads Saguaro 13-0. And for the Varsity Sports Show, we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back when the second quarter resumes.
Hey fans, Vince with the Varsity Sports Show. You've had the rest. Now treat yourself to the best Japanese grill in Arizona. It's the Boss. Boss Bachi Japanese Grill in Mesa. Grilled shrimp, steak, and all the best veggies with or without a twist of spice. Sure to please everyone. Dine in or take out. Located at University and Country Club in Mesa. Open daily. 602-859-3759. The Boss. Boss Bachi. Hablamos Español.
Let's go.
We got this. And we are back for the Varsity Sports Show. I'm Ryan Gaylord, joined by Ethan Troll, as we await the start of the second quarter. And we have Saguaro on offense, down 13.
Well, the Broncos had 7 guys on line of scrimmage there. Wow. This guy's in a whole blitz.
Quarterback Jones takes the snap, rolls right, looking, got penalty, throws it up in the air for his receiver, and is overthrown for his intended receiver, Quentin Sims, for Saguaro. But we do have a penalty on the play, and we'll have to await the call, see what this is.
That's probably going to be a holding penalty on the SaberCats there, but I don't know why, but Quentin Sims stopped running his route near the end right there. He had the catch right there, and as the ball was coming towards him, at least from what we can see, he stopped running his route. Always continue to run your route, especially, there we go right there. They attacked the middle of the field deep, one-on-one matchup, and Sims looked like he was going to get a huge touchdown there, and he just stopped. He slowed down.
Yeah.
Didn't it look like it for me?
Yeah, it looked like he could have had it looked like the ball wasn't that overthrown, where Sims could have made if he would have went the full out way, could have had that ball. And we have a punt, and it looks like it's shanked to the left, and it takes a bad bounce. And it's going to be looking like, we'll have to see what the official spot is, but it's going to be, Brophy will have the ball, yes, at the 31-yard line of Saguaro. So they will have it in Saguaro's territory once again after a poor punt.
Head coach Darius, that ball bounced right to head coach of the Saguaro SaberCats, Darius Kelly, and right as it went out of bounds, he batted it with the papers that he had in his hand. Just goes to show, like, that's special teams has been a huge problem tonight for the SaberCats, and if they don't get that cleaned up sooner rather than later, this is going to end up being a bigger gap for the Broncos when it comes to their lead.
Yeah, once again, we're talking about special teams, and the special teams for Saguaro is having a rough time tonight so far. As Brophy, Vandenbosch takes the snap, hands it off to his running back Chambers. Chambers looks away, goes to the gains about 8 yards, so it'll be a second and short for the Broncos offense.
Good game by Chambers there. He had both A gaps open on the left and right side. Ran right, made one cut in the middle, cut out right, got a solid gain there.
As Brophy goes to the shotgun formation once again. Looks like the Saguaro jumped early, and yes, it's going to be offsides against Saguaro to give the Broncos another first down.
Oh, big! I believe that was big man number 22, Jesse Martinez there on the offsides call there. Encroaching, excuse me. 24 tackles, forced fumble on the season. He actually earned player of the game earlier in the year. And this Saguaro defensive line has been really hungry, though. They've done a good job at slowing down the run game and making the stops that they need to.
Vandenbosch takes the snap, hands it off to Chambers. Chambers out to the right side, up to the 10, to the 5, end zone, touchdown. Brophy to extend their lead to 20-0.
Oops. Bad announcer's jinx right there. And that was a good play there by Chambers. Again, this offensive line's done a good job at controlling the line of scrimmage. They did a right outside zone gap right there. Got an open crease, open, wide, red carpet touchdown for Chambers. And that's now his 4th rushing touchdown on the season.
And I got a little ahead of myself. Assuming this extra point goes through, it'll be 20-0, but 19-0 lead now as the kicker for Brophy will want to rebound from that missed field goal, and he will, and extend the remaining in the first half.
Goes overall, especially on special teams. This is their best performance overall tonight as a unit. But when it comes to now, and the offense too. The first couple, and now that they got right back out there, they ran the ball consistently well, and maybe Vandenbosch doesn't have too great of a night tonight. Maybe it is Chambers now with that breakaway touchdown. Those two are probably going to be the powerhouse and most likely will get the ball. But, if you're going to continue to keep running the ball and it keeps working, don't fix what's broke. I forgot what the quote was. You'll have to do it for me.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Thank you. My gosh, I'm fumbling my own words here.
All good.
Either way, great performance by the Broncos so far. And for the SaberCats, get out of your own head and find a way to get back in this game.
As the kickoff is up, and it will bounce in the end zone for a touchback as Saguaro will start this offensive possession on their own 20-yard line.
On the last drive, they had Sims on that deep post on 3rd down. No matter if it looked like he started to slow down or not, at least they found something they can work with. Go attack deep right here on this play and let Brophy know we're not at home to get dominated. We're here to be in this game. Try to attack deep on 1st down right here. Maybe set up a play action right here in shotgun and then start running the ball a little bit more. Maybe not on the inside so much, but get away from those interior linemen because they've been doing such a fantastic job at stuffing those A and B gaps.
As Saguaro comes out on offense in the shotgun, Jones sends a receiver from left to right. Play action. Has the ball, lobs up in the air, and it's complete to his receiver, number 8, Jaden Wiseman, for a first down for the SaberCats.
Jaden Wiseman, one of the team captains of this team. That's his 12th reception now, and that puts him over 160 yards for the season. Only 1 touchdown, but he's a pretty solid weapon for them. All these receivers, I believe, have over 100 over 100 receiving yards on the season. And there you go. Just called it. Play action, throw it deep. And it works.
As SaberCats have a new set of downs. Jones takes a snap, looks rolling to the left, looking, and throws it away. Incomplete. Got pressured there and trying to get rid of the ball.
Good job on Marcel Jones for throwing that ball away. Most quarterbacks on a design run play like that will just go down or try to run backwards and make something crazy happen, but he saw Jaden Wiseman, who got that big catch on the last play right there, and he knew I can throw it to him as long as it doesn't get picked off. So he just threw it to the ground near Wiseman, and now that stops the clock as well.
As Saguaro comes out in shotgun once again. Jones awaits the snap, takes a snap, drops back, looking, throws it in the middle of the field, and then broken up by Brophy, number 3, Braxton Tate, with the pass breakup to bring up a third down for Saguaro.
Good job by Braxton Tate sitting in the zone, and it almost got picked off by his other linebacker, I believe, number 0, James Pike, who came crashing down, and the ball went right through his hands. So SaberCats got lucky right there, and here they are again on another long conversion on third down.
Big third down for Saguaro as they want to keep that momentum going and get the offense keep on moving. As Jones in the shotgun sends his running back Shozier from left to right, and rolls back, looks, and the pass is caught and complete to number 9, Nikolai Procopio, for another SaberCats first down.
Nikolai Procopio one-on-one. Everybody was one-on-one. They sent a cover 0 blitz over the middle, and they had Noche, number 3 for the Broncos, actually blitz on that play, and he's done a good job this season at doing well with that too. Again, he's being used all over the place, but Marcel Jones felt the pressure, made the throw over the middle. Good catch by Procopio for a big gain.
As Jones takes the snap again, hands it off to his running back Shozier. Shozier bounces it to the left, and looks like it's going to be close.
Oh, that's
looks
a
like,
first
yes,
down.
they gave him first down, so another first down for the SaberCats offense.
That is a big first down right there. Back-to-back plays, converting on first down. And there you go right there. They set up an inside zone run, but Scherzer said, nope, that hasn't been working tonight, so I'm just going to go outside, go to next door, and runs right out of bounds there for a good gain.
As the quarterback, Marcel Jones for Saguaro, looks at the sideline, getting direction from the coach and directing the offense, setting Shozier from left, completes it out to the right side of the field. The Shozier gets it for about a 2-yard gain on the play.
I mean, you got a gain of 1 right there, but it's not the best play call because these Broncos corners are so good at watching where the ball is. They're very disciplined overall. And yes, they did struggle against Liberty and other teams that have passed really well this season, but they have such a good discipline of keeping an eye on where the ball goes. Don't always follow the player. Keep an eye on the ball and make sure that you don't bait on any routes. And they made sure to cover their guys first and then come down. And here they are, setting up almost everybody on the line of scrimmage right here.
Quarterback Jones takes the snap, dropping back, looking, rolling left now, looking. Throws it up in the middle of the field, and it will be intercepted by Brophy, number 3. Braxton Tate on the interception to give the Broncos the ball back. And a big turnover for the Saguaro offense.
Braxton Tate was waiting for it. Poor Marcel Jones right there on that cover 0 blitz from before. He made a good play over the middle, and right there wasn't much pressure. He tried to force a play right there to get the offense going, but instead it forces a bad interception and a good takeaway by Braxton Tate. Back-to-back weeks now for this Broncos defense to get a takeaway.
And it will be Brophy ball on their own 25-yard line to start this drive. As Vanden Bosch awaits a snap from the shotgun, gets a snap, looking left, and the pass is caught incomplete to number 84, Dalen Sharper, for enough for a first down. Give the Broncos offense first down.
Dalen Sharper hasn't been having the season that a lot of people have hoped for, but he's still done a really good job for them. He's missed 2 to 3 games, I believe, due to injuries, but still, when he's on the field, he's such an effective X factor for them, taking the weight off of Fitzgerald's shoulders in order to produce a consistent offense.
As Vanden Bosch takes the snap, drops back, looking, throws it up the middle of the field, and his intended receiver, Sharper, drops the ball.
That really sucks, too, because that was a really good throw by Vanden Bosch, and his intended receiver dropped the ball there. But something to point out on that last play was Shane Ryersgard. Again, he had that false start earlier in the first quarter that forced a field goal, and right there he got beat. He got bulldozed one-on-one there So that's a matchup to keep an eye on.
Vanden Bosch takes a snap, throws it out to his running back, number 9, Ryder Noche, and it looks like enough for another Broncos first down. So good job on the little screenplay there to get the first down.
It's funny that you called the strong safety the running back, and that's the thing about Noche is you don't ever know where he's truly going to be. Having him in the backfield is so incredible just because of his skill talent. His versatility is incredible.
And Noche goes in motion. Vanden Bosch looks, completes it to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald up the field to the 50, and he will be stopped at the 50-yard line for about a 5-yard gain for the Broncos.
Yeah, that screenplay was lined up right there for him, but his offensive lineman couldn't get the blocks. They had the lineup there, and Fitzgerald tried to make a cut, and he slips and falls right at midfield. He's waiting for that breakaway play. We're waiting for it, but it hasn't happened yet. There's still a lot of football to be played.
As Vanden Bosch takes the snap, hands it off to the running back, Harrison Chambers. Chambers bounces it out to the left, and he will be stopped for about a 4 or 5 yard gain, so we'll bring up a 3rd and short for the Broncos.
Good run right there, even though it could have gone for more if the blocks were better, but still it sets up a 3rd and short. It opens up the playbook a little bit more, and here on this 3rd down, you could attack deep here because of the zone coverage, but take what you can get and see what the defense gives you.
Vanden Bosch takes a snap, looks, avoids a tackle, and is now gained and brought down for about 2-yard loss. Those will bring up a 4th down for Brophy.
Led by number 8, Jaden Wiseman. He's also a defensive back. Saguaro has a lot of two-way players, something to bring up about them. And I believe that's also been why they have been so close in a lot of these games is because they have guys get big gains there, because he actually did a pretty good job against the Liberty Lions, just couldn't get those touchdowns on the board.
And the punt is off. Bounces at about the 19 out to about the 14-yard line. So it'll be Saguaro ball on their own 14-yard line to start this possession.
It's crazy to think that if those special teams errors never happen, this would only be a 7-0 game.
Yeah, that's very true, as special teams has contributed to already an opening kickoff return and a safety. So,
and then the field goal, 13 points.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so Brophy special teams definitely playing a factor so far in this game, and that's why they have a 20-0 lead with 5:39 remaining in the first half. As Saguaro's offense comes back on the field.
They're going to be doing this a lot tonight, the Broncos. They have so many guys up on the line of scrimmage disguising a blitz just to trick Marcel Jones.
And receiver going from left to right for the SaberCats. Play action. Pass is complete. Out enough for a first down for the SaberCats. And that was Martaj Meadows on the play for Saguaro to get that first down.
Great blocks by Nikolai Bropico, and Tyus Rozier, I believe, was lined up on the outside. They had some great blocks, 2-on-1 on the outside, and one of them tried to go up middle and get another block. But either way, they created a first down play.
As Jones gets the snap, play action to his running back, rolls it out to the right, running to the right, and has another first down for the SaberCats.
Oh, that was a close one there. I believe that was number 44, John Michael, there on the blitz, the second in sacks guy, and he came in unblocked, and Marcel made the cut. He put his foot down and went right forward, and that's another big gain and another first down.
And the SaberCats will have it on their own 44-yard line. Receive pressure from Brophy.
Mm-hmm. Trying to send that blitz right there by James Pike on the outside.
And quarterback Jones for Saguaro looks at the sideline, gets the play call from his coach, and is now ready to. And we'll have a timeout on the field with 5 minutes, 4 seconds remaining left. 20-0 Saguaro. We will take a quick break.
Hi everyone, we celebrate the passion of the game with you, share exclusive interviews with you, and live every play with you as well. To see our highlights, history, and what goes on the field, in and off the field. Thank you again. Look forward to having a good season with you. My name is Joshua Oheb. Thank you again.
And we are back, and thank you for joining us on Varsity Sports Show as we have a 20-0 score, Brophy 20, Saguaro 0. As Saguaro is looking to keep driving on this offensive possession and make the score and get whatever points they can, but obviously looking for a touchdown, but seeing what they can continue on this drive. And Ethan, what are you looking for on this drive for Saguaro?
Just stay aggressive. Again, they got those 2 back-to-back first downs. Keep that up. Spread the ball around and see if who's going to step up and make a big play.
As Jones sends a receiver from left to right, play action.
You attacked the middle of the field last time and it didn't work on actually it did work last time on third down. So let's go do it again.
As the running back Strozier goes from right to left, Jones takes a snap, looking, and is over the head of his intended target, Nikolai Procopio.
Well, that's not good. I'm hearing some boos here from the Saguaro fans, and yeah, I mean I don't mind the play call, but again, he just got pressured right away. Marcel Jones had to throw it away once again. The O-line didn't buy him enough time, and they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it.
Yeah, I think I jumped a little ahead, and we're actually on third down here. So it'll bring a third down and long for the SaberCats offense. But still, they still have to get quite a bit to get this first down. As Jones looking, takes the snap, drops back, rolling right, getting pressured, rolling right, throwing it up to the right side of the field, and incomplete for his intended target once again, Procopio, as this now will bring up a fourth down for the SaberCats.
Not a bad attempt by Marcel Jones. He got the distance, just not the accuracy. And my goodness, John Michael is having himself a night. That's now his 5th pressure of the game. He's been all over Marcel Jones and making him run all over the place.
And with that stop, it will bring up a fourth down and long for Saguaro as they bring out the punting unit to try to pin Brophy on their own side of the field.
This time.
And pressured again and is quick to get it off. And once again, another short punt. As this looks like it's going to be about at Brophy's own 35-yard line. 45-yard line.
Yeah.
So Brophy once again will have decent field position.
Yeah, special teams is not doing their team any favors right now for Saguaro. Again, if they want to get back in this game, they gotta get those knuckleballs out of the way. The knuckleballs just need to go away. You know, it is really hard to punt. Don't get me wrong, especially when you have constant pressure in your face. But if the special teams coordinator has to bring his guys together, you're still in this game. There's plenty of game to go.
As the Brophy offense comes back on the field, Van den Bosch takes a snap, play action, looking, and is going to get pressured and brought down for a sack by the SaberCats defense.
That was Tyler King there on the sack, his 4th now of the season, 25 tackles and a fumble recovery as well. He's done a really good job tonight, stuffing up the run on the inside in the A-gaps, and then right there makes a good one-on-one tackle against Van den Bosch, who's very mobile. And King is also 285 pounds. He's a big guy, so for him to make that kind of tackle is really impressive.
As Van den Bosch is in the shotgun, takes a snap, play action, out of the right side of the field, complete to the 30 for a first down for the Broncos offense. And that was to number 87, John Kraskowski.
Yeah, Karan Kraskowski there on the reception. Good job. Good play action call right there. Play action rollout to the outside. Gets pressure in his face, but is able to loft it up to John right there. Sophomore, 6'1", 210. Has a lot of potential for the future.
Van den Bosch takes a snap, hands it off to the running back, Chambers. Chambers bounces it out for about a 3-yard gain for the Broncos.
Yeah, looking at the stats from last week against the Liberty Lions, when it comes to the rushing, they only had 52 rushing yards in that game. Their longest run was 23 yards, and their longest run here was about a 15, 16-yarder for Chambers for that touchdown. So they've done a pretty solid job. They got to find a way to spread the ball around.
Van den Bosch takes a snap, running to the left, avoids a couple tackles out to the left to the 10, to the 5, to the end zone, touchdown, Brophy. As Vandenbosch did a good job avoiding tackles to get to the end zone.
Vandenbosch, he got such good blocks, honestly, that he had to actually put his hand on 2 offensive linemen. He patted one, said, "Hey, how you doing?" Went to another guy, "Hey, how you doing?" And then he runs to the outside, breaks a couple tackles, and tiptoes from the 5 to the end zone there and stays in bounds. He's been waiting for a breakthrough run, and he finally got it here.
As the extra point attempt is up and good by Jack Carson to give Brophy a 27-0 lead with 2 minutes 50 seconds remaining left in the first half.
Well, I guess you could say so far this has been a really good bounce back again and rebound from these last 2 weeks for the Broncos. Again, you lose in overtime to Higley a couple weeks ago. Then you get beat down by Liberty at Liberty. I was at that game commentating it, and it wasn't pretty. I mean, they tried everything that they could to get some kind of offensive production, but the Lions were all over them, and now they've gone into this game doing a really good job with going back to what's been working, and that is ground, pound, and run with Vandenbosch. Yes, Vandenbosch and Chambers. That dynamic run duo that those two create is such a great spark, and it opens up the passing game, but they haven't really needed to pass much because the run game's been doing well for them tonight.
Yeah, definitely. We're seeing the capability of Vandenbosch being that dual threat. Not necessarily completing passes when he needs to, but running is really getting the Broncos offense going with Vandenbosch. As we have a kickoff, reach the end zone once again for a touchback, and the SaberCats will start the ball on their own 20-yard line.
Well, now you got a little less than 3 minutes to go, 2:50. If you're the SaberCats, maybe you could run 1 or 2 run plays, but I mean, if you really want to get back in this game, you've got to attack the corners and safeties. This is where you really need to start tearing apart their zone blitzing, because they've disguised a lot of blitzing. They send all their guys to the line of scrimmage, and then they back off 5, or maybe they leave all of them there, or they try to mix it up. And Marcel Jones really hasn't been fooled by it, but it's time to start throwing down the field and connecting with your deep shots.
Definitely. We'll have to see, but Saguaro's going to want to get something started here. As the play action, Jones takes a snap, rolling right, getting pressured, and throws it to the ground as he was getting pressured by the Brophy defense.
Honestly, John Michael, it's crazy because you could, for this game, it feels like you could have 3 blockers on him, and he'll still be able to get right through the line. Like, he's been coming in a lot unblocked, and his night has been really easy for him. That right tackle, I believe, for the Saguaro SaberCats, that's let me look here, number 54, Chris Sabinich. Yes, he plays O-line and defensive line, but he's been struggling a lot against John Michael.
And Jones takes a snap, hands it off to the running back, and looks like we're about a 3-yard gain, so we'll bring up a 3rd and long for the SaberCats offense. And on that carry was number 14, Xavier Jackson for Saguaro.
The way that they are tackling is so aggressive. That was Gregory Rydell there on the tackle. And Noche actually came down too, and he started punching Strozier's arms because he wants that ball. This team is really, really hungry tonight, and the scoreboard is showing it.
Definitely, as we have a timeout on the field called by Brophy. And with 2 minutes, 35 seconds remaining left, we'll take a quick break.
Hi, I'm Adam Maggard, and I'm excited to be joining the Varsity Sports Show team this semester. Over the next 4 months, I'll be covering high school and junior college sports across Arizona. From Friday Night Lights to heated rivalries, I'll be bringing you highlights, interviews, and the stories that make local sports so exciting. What I love most about sports is the passion, the community, and the way that every game has its own story, and I can't wait to share that with you. So be sure to follow the Varsity Sports Show all season long. It's going to be an incredible ride, and I can't wait to take you with me.
And we are back as quarterback Jones for Saguaro takes a snap, avoiding, getting pressured, and gets her about a 2-yard gain, but this will bring up a 4th down for the SaberCats offense. And we have another timeout by Brophy with 2 minutes, 24 seconds remaining in this first half.
Well, now it looks like they're bringing on an entirely different unit here for the SaberCats, and now a lot of substitutions are being made. Oh, well, now the timeout is here, but we'll stay on for the timeout. And now that the 2-minute warning is about to come up, the SaberCats, it sucks because now they really need to get aggressive here, and you can feel the desperation from the sideline energy here. Like, I haven't heard any kind of cheering from the Saguaro fans to the cheerleaders. Even the cheerleaders aren't even cheering right now. Like, at any point in this game, it just feels like there's no energy on this side of the field at all. Even for the Brophy's side, it feels like there's not really a whole lot of excitement for them, because to them, they're treating this as strong and go to the playoffs.
Definitely. As we see the punting unit come out for Saguaro, and once again, rush punt, and this time takes a little bit better bounce for the SaberCats as it will bounce at that 30-yard line, so Brophy will get it on their own 30-yard line to start this possession, offensive possession.
You know what's so funny about that punt, too? They had a different punter in there, I don't have him on my roster here, but number 37 for the SaberCats. It was a low snap. He actually came up and kicked an angled punt, and it ended up being the best punt of the night for them. How about that?
Yeah, no, I noticed that as well as a new punter. Yeah, that one still had to get it off quick, but yeah, got that bounce where now Brophy's at their own 31-yard line instead of staying in Saguaro's territory. Now they're on their own side of the field. So we'll have to see if the SaberCats defense gets a stop here and try to get the ball back to their offense. One more possession before half. As Brophy comes back out in the shotgun. Van Bosch takes the snap, looking left, completes it to Fitzgerald as he was wide open, and he breaks free to the 40.
There it
the
is.
30 to the 20 to the 10. End zone touchdown, Brophy.
There it is. His 10th receiving touchdown of the season. He finally does it for the first time as a Bronco. He had 9 last season, and we've been waiting for it all season long, and he gets it on a short route, breaks 3 tackles because the SaberCats did not want to tackle him, and breaks free with that open speed. Notre Dame prep commit right there. It's so nice to see, and of course, I'm sure his father is watching somewhere.
Oh, definitely, yes. As the kick is extra point is up, and it is good to give the Broncos a 34-0 lead with 2 minutes, 2 seconds remaining in the first half.
I don't know about you, but I'm still smiling ear to ear right now. It's so cool to see Devin Fitzgerald on a breakaway touchdown like that. I've been waiting for that for the last few weeks, and it's been hard to watch just because he's been struggling, and that's all he needed right there to get that confidence back up. And now for the Broncos, man, they are starting to walk away with this one up 34-0.
Yeah, as that was a play where Fitzgerald, that's a true definition of yards after catch, as he was able to get it up the field and get it in the end zone to extend the Broncos' lead to 34-0 as we await the kickoff from Brophy. And the kick is off, and it looks like it's a bounce, and bounce out of bounds for a penalty. So Saguaro should get decent field position on this to start this offensive possession to try to get some momentum right before the half, the end of the first half.
That was Braxton Tate there on the kick, by the way. He's also played kicker and punter here and there throughout his career. It's nice that they rotate out some special teams units there, because Braxton Tate, he's 5'9", 189, but he grew up kicking the ball quite a bit too when he was young, just like us when we were younger. I'm sure you've played quite a bit of sports as well, right?
Yes, definitely. When you're young, as I say, want to make sure you want to do it. You can do as much as you can and do everything that you can, because when you get older, you unfortunately can't do those things.
As long as you keep yourself in good shape, you can. But I mean, like you said, when you get older, you can't do as much as you can when you're at this level of the high school.
As Saguaro gets the ball in there on 40-yard line after that kick go out of bounds, and the ball is handed off to running back Strozier, and he is bottled up for about a yard gain.
It amazes me they're still trying to run the ball here. I mean, you're down 34-0. I know you don't want to go away from your original game plan, but the original game plan isn't working.
Yeah, for the most part, as Saguaro's trying to run the ball, it's not much of a gain on their rushing attempt. So it surprised me a little bit. I'm expecting to see the ball in the air these next couple of plays.
Well, they're just wasting the clock right now. They're not even hurrying up.
And play action, Jones takes it, throws it out to the right, completes it to his receiver, number 81. He's bottled up for maybe a yard gain, if that, to his intended receiver, Martaj Meadows.
Well, the entire Broncos defensive unit was right there to make the tackle. You can't give anybody an assist except for the entire defense. And Alex Boogie came down and actually made the initial contact and fell to the ground and got up and he shook his head like, whoa. I just had a Cam Scattaboo moment right there.
Yeah, as Saguaro in no hurry at all, just letting the clock go down. Now 45 seconds remaining in the first half, and Jones sends a receiver from left to right, takes a snap, drops back, looking right, completes it to number 81. He gets up the field and has enough for a Sabercats first down to get out of bounds and stop the clock.
Oh, good play there to tiptoe on the sideline and get the first down, but got absolutely smacked on that side right there. Man, this Broncos unit is just going left and right, making big hit after big hit after big hit. They're playing so physical, and if you want the Sabercats offense to play at that physicality, they got to bring it. The offensive line, wide receivers on blocks, running backs going for hits and not to the sideline. Got to match that physicality if you want to come back.
As Saguaro comes back, and Jones takes the snap, looking in the middle of the field, completes it to his receiver, number 8, Jaden Wiseman, and that's another first down for the Sabercats.
Yeah, that stops the clock right there, and now they're going to start running hurry up and hopefully get something to go back into the locker room with that's positive.
And as expected, going no huddle with up in the air, Jones throws it up, and it is incomplete off the hands of his intended receiver, Nikolai Procopio.
Procopio has actually been, honestly, the best receiver tonight, and it shows a lot of character right now. He's hurt on his right side, but he gets up and he's actually picking up the ball and giving it to the ref. That shows what kind of character he has as well as he jogs back over to the sideline. But that's a good shot right there by Marcel. Going one-on-one right there, just couldn't come down with the secured catch and good coverage by the DB.
As Saguaro's offense brings up a second down with 10 seconds remaining in the half. Jones takes a snap, drops back, looking, getting pressure, throws it up in the air, gets hit. And yes, a penalty, looks like a penalty has come out on that hit as there's an incomplete pass. But it looks like it's going to be roughing the passer against Brophy to give a free 15 yards to the Sabercats. And it is roughing the passer against Brophy, and this will give Saguaro a free 15 yards and push them closer to the end zone.
And they're being smart here and taking the points. You'll take anything at this rate. They're going to trot out, looks like kicker number 44, Ivan Dionisio Salgado. There we go. I had to take my time a little bit there. He's 21 of 31 for PATs, 4 of 5 for field goals. So this is his 6th attempt on the season. His longest has been 37 yards, and he also has played soccer at the high school level. So we'll see if he can get the first points for the Sabercats here.
And snap is good, kick is up, and off of the crossbar to just get short. So for the Sabercats, they were driving and had an opportunity to get 3, but unfortunately a field goal just short to end the first half with the score Brophy 34, Saguaro 0.
Now, honestly, that was a decent kick attempt there, and just short and off the crossbar. It's kind of how this night's been going for the Sabercats, but hopefully there's a very small chance they could still come back and win this thing, but it's going to take a lot of big plays in order to even make it a respectable game.
And with that end of the first half, we will take a break for the halftime, and we'll be back to get you all started up for the second half.
Hey fans, Vince with the Varsity Sports Show. You've had the rest. Now treat yourself to the best Japanese grill in Arizona. It's the Boss. Boss Bocce Japanese Grill in Mesa. Grilled shrimp, steak, and all the best veggies with or without a twist of spice. Sure to please everyone. Dine in or take out. Located at University and Country Club in Mesa. Open daily. 602-859-3759. The Boss. Boss Bocce. Hablamos Español.
Hi everyone, I'm Joshua Ohep, the new field correspondent for Viva Varsity, the new Spanish broadcast of the Varsity Sports Show. Here, we celebrate the passion of the game with you, share exclusive interviews with you, and live every play with you as well. Follow us on @VivaVarsity on Instagram to see our highlights, history, and what goes on the field, in and off the field. Thank you again. Look forward to having a good season with you. My name is Joshua Ohep. Thank you again.
Hey everyone, I'm Jorge Anuajardo, your play-by-play broadcaster for Viva Varsity, the brand new Spanish broadcast of the Varsity Sports Show. We're here to fuel your love for the game, bring you exclusive interviews, and celebrate every play right alongside you. Make sure to follow us on Instagram @Viva Varsity for highlights, behind-the-scenes moments, and everything happening on and off the field. This is Viva Varsity, where the game comes alive.
Hi, I'm Adam Maggard, and I'm excited to be joining the Varsity Sports Show team this semester. Over the next 4 months, I'll be covering high school and junior college sports across Arizona. From Friday Night Lights to heated rivalries, I'll be bringing you highlights, interviews, and the stories that make local sports so exciting. What I love most about sports is the passion, the community, and the way that every game has its own story, and I can't wait to share that with you. So be sure to follow the Varsity Sports Show all season long. It's going to be an incredible ride, and I can't wait to take you with me.
Hello everybody, my name is Antonio Gutierrez and I'll be interning with the Varsity Sports Show this upcoming fall semester with the broadcast team. I'm a current rising junior at the Arizona State University Walter Cronkite School of Journalism studying sports journalism. During my 3 years at the Cronkite School, I've been able to cover multiple sports with the Sun Devils, including volleyball, basketball, and baseball this last spring. During my time, I've learned valuable skills both in front and behind the camera, helping expand my passion for the love of sports. I'm very excited to work with my peers this upcoming fall to not only better myself, but help better themselves to become all-around good journalists.
Hey guys, Vince here from the Varsity Sports Show. Nothing beats a hometown touchdown, on the field and on the table. Join us at Zips or Goldies, where families, friends, and teams come together for great food. They make everything fresh, like their hearty burgers or irresistible focaccias. The restaurants are family friendly with a huge menu and plenty of seating. Goldies Sports Cafe is in Scottsdale at Via Linda and Mountain View Road, and Zips Sports Grill has 14 Valley locations. Come hungry, see you soon at Zips or Goldies.
Overwhelmed by crushing medical bills that keep you up at night? Imagine the heartbreak of delaying care for your family because of sky-high deductibles, copays, and surprise out-of-pocket costs. It's a nightmare no one should face. At Fountain Hills ER and Medical Center, we've partnered with Instinctive Health Pass to deliver Health Pass, your emotional lifeline for true peace of mind. Visit instinctivehealthpass.com today. Sign up to slash costs on unlimited future visits and erase current outstanding bills from using our facilities, saving you thousands in worry-free relief.
Hi, my name is Carmen Liberto, and I am a senior at the Cronkite School at Arizona State University, majoring in sports journalism. Over the past few semesters, I've worked on a variety of projects that have strengthened my reporting, storytelling, and on-camera skills. My passion has always been hockey, and I hope to build a career covering the NHL, ideally as a beat writer for the Buffalo Sabres. I'm excited to continue growing as a journalist and to bring my energy and dedication to every story I tell. Stay tuned to see my work at the Varsity Show internship.
APAC is your one-stop source for all your automotive and heavy-duty air conditioning parts, supplies, and equipment. They're family-owned and have been the Valley's go-to for all your auto AC needs since 1982. Whether it's for your everyday or vintage car, commercial, or off-road vehicle or equipment, APAC has you covered. Call APAC, AAPAK, the AC experts at 602-254-1116 and ask for the Varsity Special to get 10% off your purchase.
My name is Dana McDermott, and I'm a junior in the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communications at Arizona State University. I am looking forward to the opportunity to get some hands-on experience and dip my toes into this industry. I've called water polo, softball, and I've broadcasted on the sidelines for high school football and basketball. I'm so excited for what this internship's going to give me.
The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe, with an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. Angry Crab Shack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. Come ready to eat. Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Hello, I'm Andrew Neeram, a junior at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. I'm excited to show the Varsity Sports Show everything that I can offer on any side of production as I express my love for this business throughout the fall of 2025.
Hi everyone, this is Patrick Cohn with the Varsity Sports Show. I'm so excited to be bringing you guys yet another video recap. I really enjoy doing this for you guys. This week, I'm going to be talking about the current standings for the Big 12 Conference football and talking to you guys about which teams so far are bowl eligible. So as of week 9 of the college football season for 2025, there are six teams in the Big 12 Conference that are bowl eligible for the season. They include BYU, Cincinnati, Houston, Texas Tech, TCU, and Utah. All 6 of these programs have been phenomenal so far this season. Unfortunately, Arizona has not yet become bowl eligible. They need to have at least 2 more wins in order to be bowl eligible. As per the NCAA rules, you have to have 6 wins in order to become bowl eligible. So if Arizona can beat Colorado next week and then beat Kansas the following week, they should be bowl eligible as well. So again, all 6 of these programs in the Big 12 Conference are very dominant, very aggressive on both their offense and defense, and this is the main reason why they are bowl eligible this season. They are the reason why these 6 programs are bowl eligible this season. It should be very exciting. The Big 12 Conference should be well represented in bowl season, and hopefully 1 or 2 of the teams, mostly BYU and possibly Cincinnati or Houston, should make a good run in the college football playoff. Thank you guys so much for listening, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.
Ottawa University of Arizona, better known as OUAZ, is off to one of its best starts in program history. The Spirit are 6-0 after dominant wins over teams like Langston, Texas College, and their rival, Arizona Christian. And now they head into the bye week and currently sit at number 12 in the NAIA rankings. The secret behind their success? Discipline. But for this team, that word means more than just following rules. It's about building character on and off the field.
Everything we do, it's not just focused on beating whoever we're playing next. Obviously, that's important, but it's focused on making us good to beat everybody, and values like discipline, which are really valuable on the field, but also are very, very valuable as a man and as a husband and as a father. And so, instilling those values in us, like discipline, are taught to us through the field and through the X's and O's, but they're instilled in here and not just up here.
But it's not just the discipline, rather the high standard the team has set for themselves this season.
A lot of places, like if you lose one game, it's an amazing season. Like to this program, if you lose one game, it's like the worst season.
These practices and that mentality helped lift Ottawa University to their 6th win, going undefeated right here at Spirit Field against Arizona Christian University, one of their longtime rivals. For Varsity Sports Show, Andrew Neeram reporting.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dane Palmer, and today I'm talking about some Arizona high school football. Friday nights are electric, but the real season starts right now. The AIA Arizona High School Football Playoffs are about to get underway. Getting into the playoffs and understanding where your team stands can be a little bit tricky, so buckle up. I'm going to try to break it down for you the best I can. First off, the core AIA rankings. Unlike some states, Arizona uses a pretty interesting ranking system to determine the playoff spots and seeding of these teams. The ranking is calculated by the Arizona Interscholastic Association, the AIA, and it's powered by an algorithm that considers a few major factors. Number one, and arguably the most important, win-loss record. Pretty simple, winning matters. Number two, strength of schedule. Who you played is just as important, and how many people you beat who also have good schedules is important as well. Beating a top-ranked team is a little more important than beating a lower-ranked team. And number three, the results of your opponent's opponents. Yes, this formula goes that deep, but the goal is simple. Ensure that the most deserving teams make the single elimination tournament. Now, let's talk about the different conferences. Playoff structure varies by conference, generally based on school size, from 1A being the smallest and 6A being the biggest. 1A and 3A use a smaller bracket, typically 12 or 16 teams, with some region champions earning an automatic bid and the rest filling out the field based on the AIA rankings. 4A and 5A are conferences that often feature larger 24-team brackets where the top 8 teams get a coveted first-round bye based solely on their overall AIA ranking. Now let's talk about the elite, the open division. This is Arizona and the AIA's way of creating what they believe to be a true super state championship. The open division pulls the top 12 teams regardless of conference, often primarily being from 6A and 5A, sometimes 4A, but based on the overall AIA rankings. The top 4 open teams get a bye into the quarterfinals. Teams ranked 5 through 12 play a first-round game, and the winners advance into the open bracket. But here's the key. The losers of the open first-round games drop down into the respective 6A, 5A, or 4A playoff brackets. This unique structure ensures that the state's very best play each other for the Open State Championship, while those who don't advance still have a shot at their conference title due to the competition they're going to be facing in that open bracket. In short, win to boost your rankings, keep your strength of schedule high, and you'll find yourself on the way to the AIA playoffs, whether it's an automatic bid, a high seed, or a spot in the elite open division. It's all about proving you belong. So good luck to all the teams on the road to the state championship or region championships this season. I hope this helps simplify things for you just a little bit. Once again, my name is Dane Palmer.
Alright everybody, my name is Heaven Cook here, reporting live for Varsity Sports. Please excuse my voice, I am currently under the weather, but that's not going to stop me from doing my topic today. I want to talk about investigations. We've been seeing a lot of investigations going on, but right now I want to talk about the Baltimore Ravens being under investigation for Lamar Jackson's injury. Now, the Baltimore Ravens are under NFL investigation following confusion over quarterback Lamar Jackson's injury status. Jackson, sidelined with a hamstring issue, was intentionally listed as a full participant in Friday's practice. However, the team later revised that to limited participation, saying he only practiced with the scout team. Now, under league rules, players who participate only in scout teams reps must be listed as limited, not full. The NFL says it's reviewing the Ravens' reporting and could issue fines and other penalties, depending on what they find. Now, I don't know if you guys saw the interview, but Coach Harbaugh said that it was an honest mistake, emphasizing that there was no intention to mislead the public or anything. But unfortunately, Lamar will be hopefully back soon, 100% healthy. But it definitely leads to a lot of mistakes happening on that end. Also with the opposite team preparing for Lamar Jackson and not for their backup quarterback, Tyler Huntley. This is my topic, and I hope you guys enjoy my story.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Varsity Sports Show. My name is Rodolfo Gomez, and today we'll be talking about the issue on sports gambling. Now legal in most states, leagues like the NBA have leaned into partnership with sportsbook, but that also blurs the lines between entertainment and ethics. When players or insiders get caught up in betting, it doesn't just break rules, it shakes the foundation of fair competition. This issue trenches far beyond basketball. From the NFL to college athletics, the rise of online betting has changed the way fans and even athletes interact with the game. For young players coming up through the ranks, this scandal serves as a warning. At the end of the day, sports are built on trust. The idea that every play, every shot, every win is earned. Once that trust is questioned, the entire experience loses its meaning. And it raises a bigger question. Is this just the tip of the iceberg? Could we see more investigations unfold across other major sports leagues as the pressure to monitor gambling ties grow? From Sacramento, California, this was Rodolfo Gomez on the issue of the NBA. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next segment.
And welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show, as we are about 15 seconds away from this second half getting started and underway between Saguaro and Brophy, as Brophy has a 34-0 lead into the second half. And I'm Ryan Gaylord, and I'm here with Ethan Troll. And Ethan, after that first half, I know it's a big differential, but what were your key takeaways from – we'll start off with Brophy and then go into Saguaro.
Well, for Brophy, they're just playing like the better football team. I mean, on all ends, defense, offense, special teams, especially special teams. That's been the biggest factor of this game, at least throughout the first quarter and a half. And then Brophy's run game really took off. They scored 2 touchdowns on back-to-back drives. And then on the third drive, they gave that short pass to Devin Fitzgerald, his 10th of the season, and he broke away free right there on a comeback route and ends up breaking off 3 tackles and scores. So And then for the SaberCats, there's nothing really anything to talk about. Their special teams has struggled all night tonight. Their best punt was on the just before the end of the second quarter, off of a low snap and a sideways punt that ended up going for a good amount of yardage there. And the offense, they've had some good plays, but they haven't been consistent. And it shows on the scoreboard with 0 points. And as for the defense, they're doing as much as they can with what they have. Their zone defense has been consistently well at making sure the run game is somewhat contained, but they're out there on the field so much, and they're getting tired. And now with the offense coming out here to start for the SaberCats, this is where you want to score. I mean, now the objective is we got to make a bunch of stops, and we have to score a lot to even make this a respectable game.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Saguaro will get the ball to start this second half, and they'll be looking for sure to get in the end zone and make this score closer to start their first possession off of the second half. As Brophy's already lining up, and the kick is off, up in the air, and into the end zone for a touchback. So Saguaro, once again, as for most of the night, when they get the ball back on kickoffs, will start on their own 20-yard line, start this offensive possession.
I got to say, too, outside of the game of football, what has been really nice to see tonight is so far there have been no fights. There have been no roughhousing, nothing super crazy, and also no injuries. Not one injury tonight. Not one person has had to jog to the sideline to check up on an injury, except for Nikolai Procopio, who tried to make a deep touchdown reception but ended up falling incomplete and landed on his arm wrong. But he's going to be a big X factor, hopefully, for this second half.
As Saguaro gets it, and it starts the half off with a handoff to the running back Strozier for a short gain. And it'll bring up about 2nd and 7 for the SaberCats.
Well, they're not trying to go away from the original game plan, but like I mentioned in the first half, it hasn't been working consistently, at least. They've been trying to run up the middle of the field between the nose tackle and other defensive tackle, and they've been doing a good job at stuffing up that run game. And so they're trying to get other ways to spread the ball around and be able to give their other weapons a chance at making a play.
As Saguaro in the shotgun, quarterback Jones hands it off to the running back again, and he's bottled up for maybe a yard gain, if that. So we'll bring up another 3rd and long for the SaberCats offense.
Yeah, a mix of opinions and boos here coming from the Saguaro fans, because this is pretty conservative play calling to start this second half. If you want that spark back for your entire team, let Marcel Jones use his talent. Let him use his talent and show why he was able to get a good amount of offers from other colleges at the Division I level. Let him sling it.
As Saguaro's Jones takes the snap, looking left, throws it complete to Procopio, and he's got enough for SaberCats first down to reset the chains for Saguaro.
There goes Procopio. There you go. Give your big man the target. He's been their big receiver tonight. Tie end. They had him lined up there on the outside. Gets a comeback route, or does a curl route, secures it, and gets more yards after that. Give him the ball, and this offense will start to get going again.
As the receiver goes from right to left, Jones takes the snap, hands it off to Strozier. Strozier up the middle and is hit and brought down for about no gain. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the SaberCats.
Yeah, just such a physical front seven for this Broncos team. And it's crazy that they go to that pass play and then they go right back to what hasn't been working, and that's running the ball up the middle. Why do that? Go back to Procopio, or spread the ball around. Throw a screen on the outside. Throw over the middle. Get some kind of spark back, because we even saw them coming out of the locker room, and their body language shows that they're embarrassed right now.
As it brings up a 2nd down for Saguaro, Jones takes the snap, looks left, running now, and gets about a 6-yard gain. So it'll be a 3rd and short for Saguaro.
Yeah, that was Marcel Jones up the middle there for a nice gain. He actually shoved his one of his offensive linemen right there, Aaron Schilling, who was his leading blocker there. It's nice to know that Marcel at least is willing to put in extra effort no matter what, and that's your job as a quarterback too, is to get that spark going for your offense and give the confidence of the team and tell them, like, hey, trust me, we're down by a lot right now, but let's get something going, guys. Come on, like we got to get the energy back.
As this brings up a big third down for Saguaro as they look to convert, and Jones takes the snap, dropping back, looking, throws to the left, and is caught by Procopio once again. And that's going to give Saguaro another first down to keep this drive going.
He's got big, soft hands, man. He's catching really well tonight. That's now I believe, his 4th or 5th reception on the day, and that almost went incomplete, but great coverage over there by the defensive back. And the fact that Procopio was even able to catch that is crazy because his defender was all over him. I believe that was number 21, Deshaun Crine there, cornerback senior, 6 feet, 188 there.
Jones takes the snap, play action, rolling right, looking, throws it up in the air, and it is broken up by number 19, Bishop Allen of Brophy.
Yeah, good play there by Bishop Allen. He actually ran behind. He was behind there. He was behind Quentin Sims, and Quentin Sims had a good finish on that route, better than the last attempt that he had earlier in the game. And the ball landed right in his hands, but like you mentioned, Allen ended up making such a good play to bat down that ball and prevent a big play from happening.
After that incomplete pass brings up a second down, and it looks like we have a little early movement from Saguaro. Another penalty against them, as penalties have been adding up for them all night tonight.
Yeah, their washing machine is going to be really busy tonight. As for Brophy, theirs barely has anything in there to even start up a load, you know? And when it comes to the SaberCats, again, they're at home too, so it's surprising to me that they're committing so many of these penalties and getting in their own way.
Yeah, as after that false start penalty, backs them up another 5 yards to make it a 2nd and 15 and a 2nd and long, and we'll have to wait and see what happens, but not the situation you want to be in for their offense. As Jones takes a snap, rolling right, looking, spins and avoids the defender, gets it up the field to the 30, to about the 25-yard line, and there's a penalty after the end of the run, so we'll have to wait and see what that is, but looks like it could be going against Brophy.
Yeah, that's going to be a face mask there on the Broncos, and whoa, what a spin move by Marcel Jones. That should give you the confidence to go and block for the guy, whether it's a pass play or run play. What a run by the quarterback there. My goodness.
Yes, that was a very impressive run as Jones was able to spin, and we do have a penalty against Brophy, and that will move the ball up the field for the SaberCats to get it that much closer to the end zone.
Yeah, the whole crowd, all of us went, oh my goodness, Lord. Please, I need a tissue over here. that was amazing.
That was a heck of a move, and then not only that, to get those yards after that, to get him now with the penalty in the red zone for the SaberCats offense for the first time tonight.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
As the receiver goes from right to left to right, and Jones takes a snap, running to the left, and goes out of bounds. Looks like maybe a loss actually on the play. A loss of 1.
And that was a counter run on the left side. They disguised it so that the Trozier designed pass play, and he was just lucky to be able to get out and make that play. If you run with Marcel Jones a little too much, you could risk hurting him and making your offense go one-dimensional.
Jones takes a direct snap, and he's running to the left, and he's hit for about a 4-yard gain for the SaberCats. So they'll bring up a third down for the Saguaro offense.
Right on cue. Took a massive hit right there by Braxton Tate. Shoulder to shoulder right there. Don't mind the play call, but again, if you run that too consistently, the defense is going to be zoned in on it. Again, this defense is very disciplined and very smart. And the fact that they've held the SaberCats to 0 points so far, now it's time to go back to the passing game and get your receivers the ball. They go out there and make a play on one-on-one coverages.
And Jones takes a snap, drops back, rolling right, looking, rolling, going to the right, throws it up, and is incomplete, broken up by the Brophy defense and then the intended receiver, Quinn Sims, on the play for Saguaro. As now it brings up a 4th down for Saguaro, and I would have to assume this, 4-down territory is already down 34-0. 3 points isn't going to do much for you, so they want to go for the end zone.
Of course, but no, they're trotting their kicker out there.
Oh, stand corrected. They're bringing out the special teams, bringing out the kicker to get at least 3 points on the board here out of their first possession of the second half.
That's pretty surprising because, like you mentioned earlier, this is not 3-point territory. This is touchdown time. And I don't know. I'm not a fan of this because it just goes to show that you don't have any confidence in your offense. They had their best drive of the game right there.
Snaps good, kick is up, and it looked like it got the fucking and off the crossbar once again. As once again, we were talking about in the first half how much of an effect that Brophy special teams unit was making, and they do it again with a blocked field goal to keep Saguaro at 0 points still. It was 6:25 remaining in the third quarter.
The wild card, Joker, whatever you want to call him, Ryder Noche, number 9 for the Broncos. First play of the game, had that kickoff return touchdown, and they put him on defense as a blocker, comes right in, gets 2 fingers on the ball, and decreases the distance. Even though it was still almost there to making it, it goes off the crossbar once again. Oh, this poor special teams unit has been struggling quite a bit tonight, right? And right there just kind of sums up, again, how the night's been going.
Yeah, it's a very tough night for the Saguaro special teams unit as Brophy comes back on the field, their offense. Van den Bosch takes the snap, hands it off to the running back. Chambers gets it up to the middle of the field, and it looks like he's going to be just short, but got a gain of 9 for a 2nd and 1 situation for the Broncos.
Good strong run there by Chambers there. He's been such a tough runner, and even though he's not that big of a back, he'll take guys with him no matter where he goes. He'll go left, right, up the middle. Doesn't matter. He's going to carry somebody with him.
And handoff again to Chambers, and he's got enough this time for the first down. Gets it to the 35-yard line for the Broncos to reset the chains and give them a first down.
This is probably what they're going to do for the rest of the night is just keep pounding the rock. It's continue what's been working all season for you, and that's a well-balanced offense, but the majority of the yards have been from the ground game.
Van den Bosch takes the snap, play action, looking to the right, getting pressured, and he will be brought down for a sack and a loss on the play for the Saguaro defense.
Good pressure by the edge rushers there to contain Van den Bosch on the outside. They've done, honestly, that's been the best part of their defense tonight is containing Van den Bosch. They've done a good job at that. But again, they've been on the field so much that it feels like they have to do almost everything to keep the team in this game, but hasn't gone the way they'd hoped for. Good play, though, by the SaberCats.
And Van den Bosch looks to the sideline to get the play call.
Oh, almost jumped off sides there.
Yeah, it looked like Saguaro was a little early, but no penalty call as Van den Bosch takes a snap, drops back, looking right, throws it up in the air to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald saves 1 tackle, saves another tackle, brings it out to the 50, brings another, spins out another tackle, 40, 35, 30. Wow, and that's another play where he's making yards after the catch and just doing a good job of getting that extra yardage and making plays on his own.
We were discussing how Devin Fitzgerald would do tonight, and I told you I felt like this was going to be a bounce-back game for him and a breakout game. That just put him over, I believe, 140 yards receiving on the night with a touchdown, but not almost there, almost there. I've tried to make a claim earlier that I believe that he's going to get 2 touchdowns tonight. He's got 1. Let's see if he gets 2.
And the ball is handed off to the running back, Chambers. He's out at the 10, to the 5, end zone, touchdown, Broncos.
Touchdown by number 6, Harrison Chambers.
And that extends the Brophy lead 40-0 with the extra point pending.
The same exact way he scored his first touchdown, an outside zone handoff. That same BC gap crease was wide open, and he took off. Nobody was going to catch him on that play. And this thing's getting real ugly for the SaberCats here at home.
Yeah, Chambers did a good job of finding the hole, running through that hole, and getting it in the end zone for another 6 for the Broncos. As we await the extra point. And Jack Carson is up. Kick is up, and it's good to now give the lead, Brophy lead 41-0 with 4 minutes, 12 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
I got to go back to that Devin Fitzgerald reception, by the way. He broke 5 tackles on that play because I thought he originally stepped out at the 45-yard line.
It was close, but he knew exactly what he had to do.
And then he makes 2 spin moves on the inside and then makes it goes up towards the Brophy sideline, then comes back to us and gets a good run afterwards, and that set up that long rushing touchdown for Chambers.
Yeah, as you mentioned, he has easily the 140 yards receiving, but I would say 90 of that yards after the catch. So Vanny Bosch doing a good job getting the ball to him, but Fitzgerald put it in the work, and he's doing a good job of getting yards after the catch.
Absolutely, he's built up the frustration from the last couple games, honestly, few games, and has gone pretty much berserk in this one.
As the kickoff from Brophy's up, and it will be bouncing the end zone for another touchback. So Saguaro will start on their own 20-yard line.
Also, there's a good amount of students now starting to leave when it comes to the game. It's mostly students just heading for the gates right now. I mean, I get your team's down 41-0 right now, and it's really hard to watch. But for a lot of these guys on Saguaro, a good amount of this team is seniors and juniors, and they would love to have the support from you guys to keep going. But it's a good thing that football is a team sport, and you're going to have support from your coaches, from your parents, peers, other teammates. And let's see, now it's more about who's going to be the next guy that's going to step up, but they still have their starters out there.
As quarterback Jones for Saguaro takes a snap, looking left, and it looks like it is going to be ruled. The officials started discussing, and yes, a catch by number 4, Oliver Gibson from Saguaro, as he's got a first down for the SaberCats.
I had Oliver Gibson as my X factor tonight, but that's the first time we've announced his name as the SaberCats go hurry up here.
Jones takes the snap, looks left, completes it to Gibson once again, and he gets out of bounds for about a 5-yard gain. So it'll be 2nd and 5 for Saguaro.
Well, Gibson now has, with those 2 catches, 27 catches, over now 450 yards and 3 touchdowns, which for the yards, he leads the team. He's been their best receiver, and Brophy has done a good job at locking him down because those 2 times we said his name were the only times we've said his name in this game.
And Jones takes the snap, looks, completes it to number 14, Xavier Jackson, and he's got enough for another SaberCats first down.
That's only his 2nd reception of the season, by the way, for Xavier Jackson. That puts him now only puts him just above 30 yards on the season for him. Also 7 carries for 50 yards, and he has a touchdown because his primary position is running back. But it's nice now to see that the SaberCats are finally getting aggressive, but it surprises me that it took them this long to really take all these shots.
And Jones takes the snap, rolling right, looking, throws it up, open receiver, number 8, Jaden Wiseman, and he's got a big gain and another first down for the SaberCats.
Where was this offense all game?
That's a good question. That's a good question because, right now in this drive, they're moving the ball at will and looking to get in the end zone to add 6 to the scoreboard for them.
Team is reflected. They haven't done great tonight, of course, as you see the scoreboard, but they still are going to fight hard on every single drive.
As quarterback Jones takes a snap, looks, running to the middle of the field, and he's brought down for about a 3-yard gain for SaberCats. So we'll bring up, call it 2nd and 7.
He got met there by Braxton Tate. And number 92, Joshua Finch Logan right there, try to cut outside and get swallowed up by the 2 defensive players right there for Brophy. And now the run game isn't really working much anymore. I mean, you've gotten a good play here and there, but again, if you want to bring that spark back to your offense, keep taking the shots that you have been throughout this drive.
As Jones takes a snap, drops back looking, throws it up in the air, and it is caught. Pass is caught. And it looks like a quick timeout.
It was supposed to be an exciting time for the NBA as the 2025-2026 regular season got underway last week. Unfortunately, an NBA scandal involving widespread game fixing and ties to organized crime led to the October 2025 arrest of Portland Trail Blazers coach Chauncey Billups, Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier, and former player and coach Damon Jones. The federal investigation resulted in 2 separate indictments involving more than 30 people involved. Prosecutors allege Rozier, Jones, and others used non-public information from players and coaches to place wagers on NBA games. A second indictment of charges against Billups and Jones charged them with participating in a high-stake poker game and scheme run by the mafia crime families. Advanced cheating technology was allegedly used to defraud victims out of millions of dollars. The NBA has played.
And we are back here for the Varsity Sports Show, and we start the start of the fourth quarter with Saguaro driving, looking to get it in the end zone for 6, and the ball is handed off to the running back Strozier, and he tries to bounce it out to the outside, but Brophy's, once again, their defense is getting in on Saguaro's offense and stopping them for maybe a yard gain, if that.
Yeah, especially that front four, man. They are following the O-line for the SaberCats and are swimming in the opposite direction to counter that leading outside zone run, and they've been doing that most of the night. Doesn't matter what kind of run it's been, they've been there waiting for Strozier and able to make the tackle and tackle for loss.
As Jones for Saguaro kicks a snap, throws it at the left side of the field, and just off the hands of his intended receiver, Nikolai Procopio, and that will bring up a third down for the SaberCats.
I mean, Marcel Jones hasn't been, like, when it comes to ball placement, he's done a really good job tonight. Just hasn't been able to make those deep connection shots. And these corners and safeties for the Broncos have done such a great job at locking up the receivers one-on-one. And at least Procopio has been able to get some separation. He got it right there. Just a little too deep by Marcel Jones, and ends up being incomplete.
And this brings up a big third down for Saguaro as they're in the red zone wanting to get in the end zone for 6. As Jones in the shotgun takes a snap, dropping back, throws it up in the air, and overthrows his intended receiver, number 8, Jaden Wiseman, in the end zone. So that'll bring up a fourth down for Saguaro.
Yeah, good throw, but way too high. I mean, the play was right there lined up for Jaden Wiseman, but just couldn't make the connection, and that's been the biggest issue for, in my opinion at least, when it comes to generating offensive consistency, is those deep connection shots, and just feel like Marcel's trying to do everything that he can to get something on the board, but this is their best opportunity right here.
And with no really other option, they're going forward as expected. And Jones takes a snap, goes up the middle of the field, running, trying to avoid a tackle. Avoids one, but gets hit. And it looked like that was goal situation, so that's going to be a turnover on downs and Brophy's ball.
Well, when it comes to statistics, that was the best drive for the SaberCats all night. And at least you pinned the Broncos in their own territory. But, again, it's just creating that separation on 3rd and 4th down has been something that a lot of people are overlooking, and that's because when the Broncos sent blitzes on 3rd and 4th down, they were able to get separation off the receivers. And then on that play, they only sent 4 guys in on the rush, and everybody was covered up. So good job there by the Broncos for making a stand, and if they keep that up, they're most likely going to earn a shutout.
And Brophy will take over on their own 2-yard line after that turnover on downs. And ball is snapped. Vandenbosch looks to the left and overthrown his intended target, but we have a penalty flag on the play. And it looks like it's going to be pass interference against Saguaro, so another penalty against the SaberCats to give the Broncos a free 15 yards with an automatic first down.
Yeah, that was on number 25, Kasai Mitchell there. 16 tackles, interception, fumble recovery on the season. He had the one-on-one matchup with intended receiver Donovan McNabb Jr., and I guess that play was designed to get them out of the end zone one way or the other, and it worked.
Yeah, maybe not the way they drew it up, but yeah, they move up the field now 15 yards, and now have a fresh set of downs with another first down. And it looks like quarterback Vandenbosch is out of the game, and we have a new quarterback in the game for Brophy. As it's number 16, Noah Stewart takes a snap and scrambles out for about a 4-yard gain for the Broncos.
Noah Stewart's pretty good, and then he's honestly going to be the next man up when it comes to this offense for the Broncos. He's a sophomore, 6'1", 161. You don't see a lot of sophomores at that size. You just don't. And with the ability to be able to scramble just like Vandenbosch is, don't be surprised if this offense next season with potentially him under center, probably going to be the same style of offense.
As the ball is passed out to the right side of the field, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
Well, when it comes to player of the game, it feels like there's so many different players that you can name for. I got to ask, who would you put up?
I mean, I think we could agree on the obvious one for Brophy, and that's Fitzgerald with the game he's having. As we have a handoff, and Saguaro's defense is able to give Brophy about no gain on the play, so it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Broncos.
Well, you've got 3 candidates on. I mean, honestly, Noche with the kickoff return touchdown and the blocked field goal, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Devin Fitzgerald, like you said, who's having a good bounce back night. But Chambers too, he's been doing a good job on the ground. He scored 2 touchdowns as well. So there's a lot of good candidates.
As Stewart takes a snap, completes it to number 17, Stefano Wood. Wood out to the 50, to the 45-yard line for another Broncos first down.
Stefano Wood, good run right there. My goodness, he got the secure catch on the inside screen pass and told his tackler, get off of me, and just throws him right out and actually kind of shoved him a little bit after the play there. You got to keep your emotions down a little bit. I know you're excited to be on the field and you got a big opportunity there. Keep it mellow, though.
As Stewart takes the snap, play action, runs to the right, gets it to the 30, 35, and it looks like got another first down. Another first down for the Broncos to reset the chains and get it on Saguaro's 35-yard line.
Yeah, good run by Stewart on the QB keeper, running to the outside, and a good lead block. I believe that was tight end John Krostowski there leading the way. Now we have a timeout here by the SaberCats.
And we have a timeout, and with the 5 minutes, 35 seconds remaining, with the Varsity Sports Show, we'll take a quick break.
Kenny Dillingham's success at Arizona State has brought national attention. Now with openings at LSU and Penn State, questions arise as whether Kenny will be the head coach of the future for the Sun Devils. Dillingham was hired by Arizona State in November 2022, becoming the youngest head coach in the Power 5 at the time. In less than 2 seasons, he's brought renewed energy to the program, with a fast-paced offense and a clear culture of development. That success has naturally made him a target for speculation as powerhouse programs like LSU and Penn State look for their next leader.
Your picture's on the top of an athletic article today speculating of LSU and Penn State. So have you told your agent, don't listen to anybody, don't answer? Do you listen? Where's your role in future openings?
I'm trying to win as many games as I can here. That is my number.
And welcome back for the Varsity Sports Show here in Scottsdale as Brophy leads 41-0 over Saguaro with 5 minutes, 35 seconds remaining in the game. And the Brophy offense comes out back after a Saguaro timeout on Saguaro's 35-yard line. As quarterback Stewart takes a snap, throws it to the left, completes it to number 87, John Krakowski, and looks like he's going to be just short of a first down, but a positive gain for the Broncos offense. And it'll bring up second and short for Brophy.
Yeah, if you're the SaberCats now, I mean, your season, you've got one more game left after tonight. You have your last home game of the regular season, and most likely you're not going to make the playoffs, but this is your chance to see who's going to step up next.
And a little miscommunication, but they get the snap off to number 26, Scout Ginkel, and he's got enough for another Brophy first down.
Yeah, Scout Ginkel there on the miscommunication between him and Noah Stewart, but he still made something out of nothing and ended up cutting back up the middle of the field and broke 2 tackles to get a nice gain.
Yeah, that was just an illustration of how the night's gone with Brophy, pretty much everything going for him, and Saguaro just not being able to make that stop. As Stewart takes the snap, rolling right, looking right, and incomplete for his intended receiver, number 17, Stefano Wood, to bring up a second down for the Broncos.
He actually had Stefano Wood right on the cut there. He just hesitated to throw the ball. If you want to fight for that first spot next season, got to have that confidence to throw the ball sooner rather than later.
Yeah, it looked like on that play Wood had separation. Just as you said, Stewart got the ball there a little late, and it was going to be a close play even if he had made that catch. But ball is thrown out of bounds, incomplete, and it brings up second down for the Broncos. As Stewart tries to draw Saguaro off sides, but Saguaro doesn't bite. And Stewart looking at the sideline, getting a play call, instructing his offense. And takes the snap, hands it off to Ginkel, the running back, and he's brought down for about a 2-yard gain.
So just so viewers know at home as well, the clock is at, I believe now, what does that say, 3 minutes, 30 seconds to go?
3:25, yes.
Yeah, so the reason it's clocking down quickly is because no mercy rule has been activated, so the clock has continually been ticking. So if you're ever confused as to why it's been going, that's why. It's because once mercy rule is activated, the clock never stops unless if a touchdown is scored or if there's a turnover on downs.
Yes, you bring up a good point. Good job explaining that. As Stewart takes the snap, rolling back, looks and it throws it out of bounds for an incomplete pass to bring up a fourth down for the Broncos.
Stewart looked at the ref to make sure it wasn't intentional grounding.
Yeah.
He was still in the pocket area, but there was another receiver over there that he could throw to. And he looked at the ref and he pointed and he said, "Am I good?" Ref said, "Yep, you're good." He's like, "Okay, I'll go back." And now they're just going to take 3 points here to potentially go up 44-0.
Yeah, that was a good heads-up play by Stewart, as obviously wanted to complete the pass, but not the worst case, as brings up a field goal attempt and could add another 3 on for Brophy. As the snap is up and the kick is up and no good. So Jack Carson hooks it left for another time. Second time tonight he's hooked it left. Had the distance but just went left.
Yeah, that's his second missed kick of the night too. I mean, he's had an okay night, but I mean, that was a chip shot field goal for him usually, but he missed it wide left once again.
So, yeah, as we were talking about the Broncos special teams, almost perfect night. Maybe those 2 missed kicks are just didn't have it where it could be perfect, but still, they can't complain for what they got from the special teams unit and what they've been able to provide for them tonight.
Yeah, and the offensive rebound too. I mean, from only scoring 3 points last game to now putting up, when it comes to non-special teams points and for non-defense, fumbling my words here, non-special teams points, they've put up over 20-plus points tonight.
And Saguaro's offense comes back up on the field after that missed field goal, and it passes out complete to number 4, Oliver Gibson for the SaberCats, and he's got a first down. And it looks like for Saguaro we have a new quarterback in the game, and that'll be number 10, Ashton Panel for Saguaro, now playing quarterback.
I got to shout out our tech director, Josh, because I was going to say the same thing. What a hit by number 20 for the Brophy Broncos.
Panel takes the snap, looking, avoids a couple tacklers, would-be tacklers, goes to the left, looking still, throws it up in the air, and the pass is caught and complete to the 30, to about the 24-yard line for a big first down for the SaberCats offense, and that was the number 14, Xavier Jackson.
Wow. That's the best offensive play we've seen from them tonight.
That was making nothing into something for the quarterback panel.
Dude, panel, he bought some time in the pocket there, and then he scrolled to the top and threw it cross body and made the connection. What a play by the backup quarterback.
Yeah, that was one heck of a play. And after that play, we have a timeout on the field called by Saguaro with 1 minute, 2 seconds remaining left in the game.
Hello, folks. J.R. Lambright here. Where a single rivalry is a century of low, simmering discontent. This isn't just a game in the piney woods. This is proverbial piney woods pugilism. Probably the oldest grudge in the 409 area code. It started in 1922. Silsbee versus Jasper.
And welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show as we're here in Scottsdale at Saguaro High School, and with 1 minute, 2 seconds remaining, Saguaro scored on their favor, but they can get some momentum here with their offense, driving on the Brophy defense with bringing up a first down. And the quarterback panel takes a snap, looking left, rolling left, looking, now scrambling, runs it, and looks like he's going to be just short of a first down, but gets about 9 yards for the SaberCats offense.
I mean, for the SaberCats, you got 45 seconds and ticking. Why not finish off the game with a score? Go all out and fight hard for that touchdown and see if you can prevent the Broncos from getting a shutout.
As Saguaro's offense is calling out, looking out, and the quarterback panel takes a snap, drops back, looks right, looking, going right, moving, and completes it to his intended receiver, number 14, Xavier Jackson. And going to be enough for a first down. And it looks like we have a timeout on the field by Saguaro.
Yeah, they call the timeout right there. And, again, finish off the game in a strong note. 19 seconds left to go. Your backup quarterback is leading a very good drive overall, just getting outside of the pocket and making plays on the outside. Why not? Take the gamble.
Definitely want to have some momentum going into their last game of the season next week. So they want to carry that over from this offensive possession into next week. So with 19 seconds left, they're driving. They still have an opportunity to get points on the board, and that's their goal.
And something I want to bring up, too, for their last games for each of these two teams, Brophy has a big challenge going up ahead, facing Williams Field. Thankfully, they are at home. Williams Field is 6-2. And they face Higley tomorrow night on Halloween, which should be a fun one. Friday night on Halloween, there's going to be a lot of cool costumes at every single game and a lot of cool themes. So yeah, for Brophy, for their last game, they have a huge test there to finish off the season.
As we were back from a timeout, panel takes a snap, and he gets it complete in the end zone to his intended receiver, number 4, Oliver Gibson, for a touchdown for the SaberCats to get them on the board.
And for the first time tonight, we're going to hear the band play something really loud. Oliver Gibson, my personal X factor of this game tonight. We haven't said his name until the third quarter, but it's nice that he got the only touchdown that's going to be scored for the SaberCats. That's now his 4th on the season, which I believe now leads the team.
And as expected, Saguaro will go for 2 to try to get to 8 points.
Correction. That reception leads for receiving touchdowns, not total touchdowns. Sorry to interrupt you.
No problem. And panel takes the snap, looking left, and it is complete for a successful two-point conversion. And the score now is Brophy 41, Saguaro 8, with 14 seconds remaining in the game.
Yeah, Gibson came back on that comeback route, and then the 2-point conversion, just a little whip route to the outside. And Ashton Pennell, not bad. Good drive.
No, yeah, definitely. I mean, yes, the score's not what Saguaro wants, but as we were talking about, get that momentum, carry it into next week, and you're able to say you weren't shut out and get 8 points on the board for yourselves.
That's obviously not the message they wanted to say and be like, well, at least we avoided a shutout. Exactly. But, of course, the objective is to win the game. But next week, they can hopefully break their big losing streak against Shadow Ridge the Stallions, who are 3-5 on the season, 0-3 in their region. So that is going to be their last chance to finish off the season with a win.
Yeah, so just learn from what they can in this game, move on to next week, and put in the effort where it's going to put them in the best chances to have success and get what they want to win in their last game of the season.
That's all you can do.
And it looks like a little onside kick attempt, and it's recovered by the Broncos, and this game should just be about over with only 4 seconds remaining and the Broncos having the ball.
Yeah, they're just going to take a knee here on this next. Oh, no, they actually just ran the clock out. But what an absolute beatdown by the Brophy Broncos. They bounced back so well from the last game, and they came in tonight with a humongous chip on their shoulders. And as for the SaberCats, this is the worst loss that they had by far, without a doubt. I mean, they put up more points on Williamsfield, who is a really good team as well. But Brophy just wanted to come in here and be like, yeah, we lost to 2 good teams in a row, but we have a lot of frustration on us. We're a better team than this, and they showed it tonight.
Yeah, it was definitely from start to finish. Brophy came to play, and they showed that, especially with special teams in that first opening kickoff with that return for a touchdown. I think that just was the starting point for them to be able to go on and they move forward and have that momentum carried over all throughout the game.
Absolutely.
And the score showed it. And we want to thank you for joining us on the broadcast tonight. I'm Ryan Gaylord, joined by Ethan Troll. And for the Varsity Sports Show, thank you for joining us. Have a great night.
Have a good night, everybody.